Welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I'm here tonight with the one, the only, the lovely Mr. James Schwartz.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, you got a D20 in your eye.
Oh, is that what that is?
We're, of course, joined by the lovely GM, Ms. Jo Fallak.
I've got 2 D20s for me eyes.
And, of course, Mr. Chris Viseau. And tonight we are back with another episode of These Unfathomable Depths. Wait, couldn't find the sound.
I was gonna say, where's the honk?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to episode 15 of our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, These Unfathomable Depths. My name, as I said, is Harlan Guthrie. We're so excited to be here tonight. We got a jam-packed show, as if this is a fucking variety show. We got what you're going to get.
Really big show.
We got a really big show. Oh, wait, hold on. I got to change. This is bothering me, and that's bothering me. There we go.
Gotta be on.
So good. It's so good. You have the controls, Harlan, because I would never have noticed that there was a difference in order, but it feels right now. Thank you.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing. It doesn't really matter, but to me, it does. I have one of those brains where it's like it's sort of meaningless, but I enjoy the structure of being familiar with it.
Bless your heart.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. If you haven't watched the other 14 parts of this series, you're not missing much, but you should go back and listen. Starting with the Alexi edit of our INVICTUS stream podcast for part 1. Huge shout out to him, who did a fantastic job editing that first game into a listenable and somewhat enjoyable form. So well done, Alexi. Thank you again for that. Of course, as always, a new episode of Dimension Door was out today, so go check it out. There's the link. And tomorrow, or rather tonight at 1:20 a.m., what assholes picked such a stupid release time?
Me.
And me. Dice Shame Podcast is also out, so make sure you check that. We're on episode 82 today, tomorrow. It's a great one, actually. I really like 82. It's got a little bit of James in it as Steven. It's got a little bit of drunken everybody in it.
Yes.
Well,
not quite.
Not yet. It's a good episode either way. Oh, Justin's music in it is fantastic.
It's really good.
He's got a lot of music.
Justin, he said that he recorded all of this music with real instruments this time.
Individual instruments.
Like not just sort of synthesized stuff.
It sounds really good.
So if you like instruments like the sack butt.
Yeah.
Sack butt. No, but if you like music and you like us, you're definitely like this episode coming out, so check that out. Also, make sure you go to don'tdoitchrisdo.com to get all the latest updates on what Chris is doing and what not to do. Speaking of Chris, you recently had some ducks, haven't you?
I had some ducks. Yeah, we got 10 new ducks. Ducklings. They're adorable.
Aww.
They're so cute.
What
and
are
they're like humans because they need they're like me because they need a little bit something to drink while they eat. Unlike chickens, they'll just eat whatever, whenever. Ducklings are like, oh, excuse me, can I get a nice glass of water with my feed, please? So it's really cute.
That's cute.
A little bit more, and that's why you can taste it when you eat duck meat. It's very high class versus
Guys,
chickens.
I fucking love ducks.
They're adorable. They're so cute.
Food or the
And our ducks,
They
they're
fucking
like-
float! Why do they float?
right. The buoyancy of a duck. These are the questions. But you know what? There's some weird breed too. They're like Harlequin. They're all like white, interesting ducks. We got these like weird. And you know what? It wasn't even my decision. It was my sister's decision. She's like, "I'm getting ducks," and I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm gonna be looking after ducks now." So
I saw she posted it, and I figured because you sent me the picture, but it was just after I saw her post a picture, and I was like,
"Yeah,
you getting in on her duck action? What's all this about?"
Yeah, it's a group effort for sure.
That's great, Chris.
No,
Named them because we got them on May 4th. We're gonna name them all like
Cinco de
Star
Cuatro.
Wars things.
Oh,
So we
nice.
have, like R2 Duck 2. We have Luke Skywaddler. A bunch of puns. The dad, the Fa Thor part of me is very excited, very happy for all these puns.
Now now we're all thinking about puns,
Right? It
but
took a while.
post your best puns in the chat. Of course, we're chatting on Discord.
Duck Princess Leia.
Just Duck Princess Leia.
Princess Leia. We actually had that one. Princess Leia.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
Darth Mallard. No.
Chewbacca.
I had Quack
Literal-
Gone Gin, but they didn't
Quack
get
Gone
it.
Gin
I
is
was
pretty-
like,
Quack Gone Gin
That's a
one.
good one.
thank you. Thanks, guys. You're my people. That's why I come every Wednesday.
Duck Mall.
Duck Mall.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, let's
A
keep
whole stream of this. We don't need to play. Let's just keep doing this.
That's right. Thank you. And blah, blah, blah. If you're watching, please like the video. Blah, 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 blah. Ducks float because they're witches. True.
That makes that all right. That makes sense.
Impossible to disprove.
Impossible. Next week, we are unfortunately taking a little break from Ghosts of Saltmarsh, but we will be back to Ghosts of Saltmarsh the week after. Why are we taking a break? Well, next week, we're actually running The End of the World with 3 new guest stars. So starting in June, a little bit after June, the beginning of June, we're going to be doing a second stream through a company called Sigil Entertainment, where Joe and I will be running a Superhero 5e campaign. It's going to be really exciting and fun. And we've invited some friends on. And yeah, I don't think anyone has seen any of them. Probably not. No. But we're going to have 3 new cast members next week for a one-shot End of the World for you to get to know them, for us to get to play with them. I played with some of them before, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Ahmed actually ran a game at Invictus Con this year, which was a blast by a lot of people. I've played with Erica at a convention in Toronto, and Gary is a friend through Justin's Soundbooth Theater Soundbooth Theater Company. So they're sort of adjacent friends that are all getting together to do this superhero campaign. And we thought, what the hell? Let's have them on Invictus for an impromptu End of the World game, Invictus style. See if they survive the mental capacity of trying to play a game with us, and in lieu of the Monday game. So next week is really exciting. We will miss, of course, James and Chris, but like I said, we'll be back the week after with more Ghosts of Saltmarsh. And then, of course, after Ghosts of Saltmarsh pauses again at 20, we're going to be moving to another campaign. Now I think we can mention the name of it.
Let's do it.
Called Threshold. And while I haven't changed the sound effect yet, let's play the trailer for everybody because we're excited. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's a little sneak preview of what's coming 7 weeks from now. Basically. Maybe 8. Here we go. This is going to be a GM Chris exclusive. So there you go. A little bit of a preview about what's coming up. Hush, hush, don't spill the beans for people watching. I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah, that's going to be coming up in about 8 weeks, I suppose. Very exciting, Chris. We're excited to play.
Get it. Don't let other people know.
You know what's funny? I was going back in memory lane looking at some of our videos. And one of the videos when I first, you know how I do like sometimes I do a big spiel at the beginning, like to introduce the game.
Yeah.
And I remember one of the Numenera games, I was like, took a deep breath and I mumbled my first word. And I remember just breaking, and Harlan's laughing at me in the little corner and I'm trying my best. I was like, crap. Like the first beat of my game that I put so much effort in, I just mumbled. So I feel like with this game, I'm going to just, I don't know, fart or something at the beginning just to get it out of the way. And then I'll start reading. So, you know.
Sounds good.
You know what I'll do? I'll do a false intro. I'll be like, and we're live, ladies and gentlemen, blah, blah, blah. Chris, take it away. And then you'll start, and then I'll be like, don't worry, Chris.
That was a fake.
And then I'll go live. And then
I filmed that, and I'm uploading it now to don'tdowhatchrisdid.com.
Oh, Zia's been sitting on this one. Boba Feathers.
Ooh.
That's fucking good.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, Threshold coming up. We
So
also got
exciting.
Superhero Campaign coming up. End of the World next week. More Ghosts of Saltmarsh the week after.
You guys are like doing shit. You guys are busy. You guys got a lot of balls, right?
With all these projects, he says, juggling. Yeah, well, you know, it's what we do now.
What's that?
It's just it. No, but sincerely, this is a large part of us getting to do many different things is because of our fantastic Patreon supporters.
Fuck yeah!
So a huge round of applause. Oh yeah,
That one felt bigger than normal
because it was bigger than normal because the Patreon is bigger.
Wink.
We have some Patreons with us
Not
tonight who are hanging out with us on Discord. Hi there to Jessica
Mitch,
and
Alec,
Zia.
Jessica, Zia, Colin.
Mitch.
Everyone here is a Patreon.
It's awesome.
They're the people who support us because they're watching this.
They come and
shit.
hang out.
This terrible. No,
Michael and Brianna are here.
It was Brianna's birthday yesterday. Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
happy
It's also Cinco de
birthday.
Mayo today.
We accidentally ate Mexican food for dinner, and then we were like, "Oh,
Scraped
Cinco
it
de
off our
Mayo.
tongues. No, it was just like it was really incidental. Like,
coincidence."
yeah. What do you feel like? Like, I'm Mexican. And then we're eating it like it's Cinco de Mayo.
I was like eating a churro. Like, wait a minute.
It was shoved.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great.
What
All right.
is?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm just enjoying hanging out. I'm just enjoying it.
Two.
Nice, isn't it? It's good.
What else is new?
Hey, Chris, come on over.
Come on over.
Oh, okay.
I am getting my
Soon.
first tomorrow or
You-
Friday.
how are you beating me? Oh my goodness. I was supposed to get mine.
This is Chris. Hold on.
competitive.
This is Chris.
I'll get two. I'm gonna get one of each.
He makes
Just stick me.
the vaccine a competition.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Oh,
because
here's
we're
the thing, I
high
signed up for it, and they just send me an email. They're like, "Oh, by the way, we're moving it a week later." I'm like,
it's
Harlan's
because
gonna get his before me now.
our neighborhood is one of the hot spots.
No, I'm just joking.
You
but
live in the
that's
country.
Great.
You guys,
I'm really
you guys
happy
know
for
where
you.
where else is a hot spot? The fucking United States.
That was like the opposite of a cheer. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
hot 'cause
appropriate.
it's 98
both.
degrees.
Yeah, it's 98. Yeah, I mean it's cool. This is
Somebody
fine.
sing a
This is
song.
regular temperature.
Degrees.
I'm not excited for 120. That's in a couple weeks.
Really?
Whew.
Yeah, we're at 10.
If heat go I. All right. Should we do this?
Let's play.
Yeah.
Or just keep chatting? 'Cause
Let's do both. Let's talk and
Yep.
play.
Let's play.
you keep thinking of ducks. All right. In the meantime, here is the trailer for what we're playing. Go to the Saltmarsh.
All right, folks. We got our crew of intrepid adventurers. They have a brand new ship to their name, a brand new crew, and a brand new mission. They wake up bright and early in the morning, attaining level 5. And you guys gonna set out right away? What's your plan? Where are you going today?
Yar. Talia wakes up and walks out to the deck and stretches.
You slept on the boat?
Of course. Didn't we?
I don't know.
I feel like sleeping.
Why pay for a room when you can sleep on a boat?
I'm never paying for a room again. Ever. This is now our home forever. Yeah, I think Talia comes out and rings the bell.
Orgy.
It's like
Chris, you get
Throwback.
inspiration.
no,
Remembering.
Mr. Brick.
I'm already ready. Connor's already on the deck.
Take off the oil.
Inspiration. Good job, Chris.
Great job. Yeah, and I think Talia assembles the crew and asks Cookie, aka Mr. Big.
Hardy Dan.
I call him Mr. Big, to make us some vegan breakfast, some tofu, bacon, and eggs.
Yeah, he does. It's fish and rice.
But
No
he
one,
doesn't- he's
no one
vegan.
can bear to tell him that it's not vegan food.
He's like, I killed this calf today. Vegan? Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, good job, big boy. What do we call him? Big. What do we call him?
I put it in a cage and let it get real tender.
Oh no. Yeah, he makes you guys some yummy fish
Everything but
and rice for
octopus.
breakfast.
And I think Talia and Rana and Hemi, we retire to what we call the top deck, which is just behind the steering wheel, and
There's
chat.
a rudder. I don't think there's like a big steering wheel.
Well, in this
A helm. We have a helm.
I've created one, even though it's fictional. It's like a child steering wheel. It doesn't do anything. It's just like nailed. Rana did
We
it.
have a specific crewman who turns the rudder in the direction we turn the wheel.
Yeah.
It's
We,
not
we just
connected
have
at all.
we have an old empty barrel with a wagon wheel just like nailed to it.
On the rudder.
Exactly.
So you guys like, use to be
Yeah.
back and forth.
So, and we just talk and say, so we're off to the lizard's place today to spy a little bit.
You're off to see the lizard.
The wonderful lizards of.
Yeah, I think I mean diplomacy above all, right?
Well, look,
Rana says as he goes to the side of the boat and hurls overboard because ironically Rana is seasick. And although I come from the ocean, for some reason when I'm on top of the ocean, it makes me exceptionally nauseated. So I'm hurling. I'm hurling my vegan breakfast.
yeah, for two reasons. One, because it's vegan, and one, because you're sick. And Talia puts a hand on your slimy back and she says, there. Look, we ended up selling or giving these weapons to these lizard folk. So I think it's our responsibility to make sure that they're going to good use or perhaps no use at all. I think if we come as diplomats and speak with their leader, be kind and courteous and offer whatever information we can about our kind, I think we'll be fine. I have a great persuasion.
I have a slightly less great, but equally pretty good. Not equally. Joe, last time, did we have any sense of the size of the enclosure or the village? Is it a village or a town? Did we get any
you
sense?
weren't able to see any of the structures of the dwelling from the sea. I can drop you back on that map if you like.
No, I don't think that one helped us as far as seeing the actual
Yeah.
structure, right?
Yeah, I don't think we
all
we
you
only we only saw some like well-worn paths and everything. We
Some
didn't even
footprints,
see any other lizard folk. Just the
Yeah,
ones that dropped
you-
off.
Based on the dress of the are we calling them lizard folk still, or are they dragonborn?
The lizard
I
folk.
think the lizard.
Okay, based on the dress
Dragonborn.
of the lizard folk, does it look like they come from a very civilized city town, or are they wearing like farmers' gear from the outskirts?
Farmerton. They
Farmerton.
come down under.
These were fairly well equipped people. They looked like they came to potentially fight or adventure.
Okay.
So they were similarly attired to yourselves.
So who do we're just going to go in there and look for the most important people to talk to? Do we have a plan, Talia? I mean, Hemi, what do you think?
Well, I think that we're going there under very honest pretenses. We're there to see what's up and if they need help, and if they're out killing people, I guess we'll kill them. But I don't think we will. No, we're just going up to help them out and stuff. And
You were requested by the town council to go to
As
this.
emissaries or something.
Yes, as emissaries to go to this civilization to find out why they're accumulating weapons and to find out whether they are going to serve as a threat to Saltmarsh or whether Saltmarsh, whether they have to worry about this.
Talia knows what's up. And
But Talia, do you get the impression that we're going to be doing this through like spying, or
No.
do you want to do it through diplomacy and
no, we're going to sail right up to the coast. We're going to drop anchor. You and me and Hemi here will take a little rowboat out to land, and we'll go march up to the lizard folk, and we'll introduce ourselves and be very courteous. The only question is if we want to bring anyone from the crew with us, which made me think last night as I was toiling in bed. Rana, would you mind getting that Oceanus fellow up here? I think we should pick his brain a little bit.
absolutely?
I didn't know if that's the role you'd prefer. And Talia says this. Do you want me to ask you to get people, or do you want me to just get people? I didn't want to
Well,
seem
it would look bad if you're doing all the errands as the captain. I mean,
Like-
we want to uphold the false truth that you are in charge of everything, because we all know you would be nothing without us.
Well, how about this? if I ask you to do something, you can take a little extra of my rations, or you can nudge me in the back or something, so that it feels balance of power between our friendship equal. Does that make sense?
If you need this to feel like you're not taking advantage of me, I will definitely take some of your rations.
I would love that. Thank you. And she's like, now, Rana, go fetch Oceanus. She like takes a piece of gold and gives it to you. That's for you. Thank you.
Can you put it back in the bag of holding? And then I walk.
And Hemi's just chilling at the side with an orange.
All right. I'm going to go down to,
Tipton
I don't know, wherever Oceanus is hanging out. And
Yeah,
I want to talk
Oceanus
to
is in his bunk. I think he lives right beside you. You guys are wall neighbors. Actually, you have a door that adjoins your room.
No, yeah, we're wall neighbors.
Cute.
Oh, Rana.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Oh,
And
no.
we're keeping 3 vacant.
did we give that to Oceanus?
I thought 3 was Oceanus's room and 4 was vacant.
No, 1 is me and Hemi.
Mm-hmm.
2 is Rana. 3 is vacant. 4 is Oceanus.
I think that makes sense because we have the trapdoor in 1.
Well,
So
that's
if we ever
what
have
I'm in.
special guests, we can have them in 3
Well,
and spy on
I also
them.
think you and I will eventually want to have our own quarters. I mean, if this is our house, sharing a room for now is fine, but eventually you'll want your own room and I'll want my own room. So-
Noted.
Are you saying you are you annoyed by the way I sleep, Talia?
Talia grabs your head and puts it right against hers. And she says, don't you dare for a second think that. You're beautiful. But then you notice she's like kind of sizing up your skull.
Hemi does notice, but he
feeling the
doesn't care, and a single tear
In
goes
time.
down his cheek, and he's like, I knew you'd understand.
Are you getting enough calcium?
Oceanus? Well, I guess
Yes.
I'm waiting.
I knock on the door.
Yes,
Oh.
come in. What does this fucker sound like? Who cares?
Something like that, I guess.
Nice.
Oceanus, the captains and I would like to speak to you up on the top deck. Would you accompany me?
Sure, yes. And he follows
Have
you.
you put any more thought into joining the crew completely and not just hanging out in your quarters, but really participating in all the needs of the crew? And
He looks kind of awkward. And he's like, this is my first time really participating in crewmanship. I've never been a sailor, really. I mean, much as yourself, I'm sure, spent far more time below the waves than on top of them. But yes, if that's what you'd like from me, I can do that.
well, the New Horizons, although it is about new beginnings and new starts, there are no free rides here. We all need to do our part, as we say as we're going up the stairs. I think you'll have an integral part to play, especially after the conversation we're about to have. Maybe you'll feel more of a role to play. I go to the captain and I look at the crew in a glaring kind of, but yet fond look as I walk by to make sure everyone's working well.
What's that look like, Chris?
It's like this. So there was like 2 things going on there, right? So like,
So you want to hit on them, and they're like,
Oh.
no,
They feel a tingling in their nethers.
Mr. Big.
and Talia turns to Oceanus as he approaches and says, yes. I wanted to
He
say some
gives
very...
you an awkward salute. Captain.
Now, I figured you should hear this from me first and foremost. There are no free rides on this ship. If you want to have a role to play, and she like repeats almost exactly what Rana said on the way up without knowing. I figure you should hear it from me first. She gives a big smile to Rana, like, thank you for waiting for me to talk to him. And then she looks back and says, now, what was your story exactly? We know this was a slaver ship. Were you a
I think this is for the 3rd time. Oceanus tells you about how he came from a
Go
community
away.
of sea elves that was sent to spy on this ship because of its strange.
I know that.
Okay.
I was
Wrote it down.
establishing. I was just literally saying, now I know you were a slaver on this ship. And then I was going to continue my
Oh.
thread. But I don't
Please
remember
do.
now what the thread was, frankly.
He wasn't a slave.
I was going to ask if he was going to well, but once they captured him, were they not intending to sell? Because we
Who knows?
had talked to him, and then we had found out it was a slaver ship.
Yes.
So I wanted
This
to.
ship wasn't specifically. He's the only person on board who
Well,
is
I would just wanted to. I wanted to know if he was planning on being sold into slaver ship, because They were going to the lizard folk.
If he was planning on being sold?
Well, I wanted to know if he had a role to play in the lizard delivery. I didn't know if there was. Well, I don't need to role play. I can just ask you. Was he doing a thing? I was trying to.
I'm so confused.
Doesn't matter. I want to know if he would be valuable. Like, I'll just do this. Would he be valuable to bring to the lizard folk as like a, another soldier?
Talia, thank you so much for asking.
No, you don't get to role play back. If I don't get to role play, you tell me the information. Because if I don't get to song and dance, you don't either.
I would be happy to join your crew, especially in any kinds of missions that you guys might feel like doing, because I would love to be useful to you.
Put him back in the brig, Rana. He's dead to me.
He's like, my skills in combat, and especially my knowledge of the seas and the dark things that dwell there, could prove useful to you if you'd like. I only ask for an equal share of the treasure.
Hemi immediately walks forward to him and like drags over a chair and gets up on the chair and is standing so he's almost eye level with him. And he goes, "Tell me more about these secrets of the depths of the ocean."
It's like, well,
are they unfathomable?
Hemi, was it?
Are they these?
There are many secrets in the oceans around Saltmarsh. Deep sinkholes full of sharks and treasure. Coral reefs full of ghosts and ships that trawl these waters, the occupants of which don't even come from this plane of existence.
And Hemi uses his little mind telepathy to, in a very whispery tone, "We'll talk more about this later." And he gets off the chair and slips an orange in his pocket and gives it a good pat.
He blinks and winks at you. He does both.
It sounds like you know more than Rana. Maybe we only need one fish person.
Can I cast Moonbeam on the captain?
You what?
Nothing.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Well, all I mean to say is that if you're redundant, why would we give you a share of the loot? I'm trying to convince them that they don't deserve a share, Rana. I'm not saying that you...
you don't need to hurt my feelings. I'm right here, okay? So convince them otherwise.
Trying to make them feel valued before dismissing them entirely.
Okay, I'll wait then. I'm hoping this is going to be turned around at the last minute.
It seems you have redundant information to our Rana.
Potentially. I don't really know that much about Rana or how sea elves differ from Tritons, frankly.
I mean, lore-wise, they differ big time.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but I know more about the Tritons. I'm not gonna lie. The Tritons were made to basically defend. They weren't made. Basically, we came from the elemental plane originally, and we were trying to stop creatures from the elemental plane from entering yours, such as krakens and other beasts. And so we're kind of like, we view ourselves as protectors. We're equally arrogant, I think, as the sea elves. But I think we are, more inclined to be helpful to others, as opposed to kind of like looking out for ourselves. And I think that's one big difference that we have.
Elves are a little bit more insular.
Yeah, for sure. Nationalistic, to say positive.
He puts a hand on each of your shoulders, one after the other, just to show a little bit. Oh, sorry. And he's like, "I appreciate everything that you did for this ship, and frankly for the crew members. It's been really good, obviously, to be rescued, but also to feel like maybe I could have a home here, have a part in your adventure. And for my part, for what I can offer, I think it could be valuable to you. But if you don't think so, if you don't think that there's anything that I could offer you, I understand. I have a home to go to. So
let's see." And immediately I like kick at him in the stomach to see what he can do. And then it's like I'm not doing full force. I'm sparring with the guy.
Spar with
right?
this guy?
Yeah, I want to see what he can do. Let's see what he's worth. You know, are we just going to get him killed, or is he better just to stay here and knit a new sail for us? So I punch him, I kick him in the stomach, and I immediately follow up to try to give him the old 1-2 to see what he does.
Trident, and he stabs you with it.
And you're dead. Wow, he's great, guys. You have a new fish person.
We did only need one.
There can only be one.
And then you shift characters, and now you're the
Oh,
CEO. Well, I guess I was the stronger, therefore I deserve to be
You'll
played.
explain a new actor playing the, anyways.
I think when you kick him, he just grabs his stomach and he's like, "Oh, fuck."
Okay, Oceanus, show me what you're worth. Are you going to be able to defend yourself if we get into a difficult situation? And I give him another, gentle whapping on the shoulder. And I say, "Come on, defend yourself. What can you do?"
Rana, please.
I don't want to bring him on shore.
Hold on, let's move the chair back first. And
Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it.
I'm keen to see this play out.
He looks back and forth between the three of you, so confused. Is this some kind of hazing ritual? I've never had to fight to prove my position in a company before.
This is for your own safety as I swing again. Now defend yourself. And I, jab towards the head.
What's your strength score?
16.
Cool. So he taps you back like pretty good on the cheek.
Checks me. Okay. Whack. All right. And then I immediately pull it, grab one of the batons maybe that we use as a spare one for when we're doing the chain. You said they come out. So I immediately throw him one, and I grab one, and I go and just swing at his, see if he defends himself.
Yeah, he blocks your attack,
No problem.
and then he puts down the club, and he's like, I don't like this game.
I can see that you know what you're doing, and that's enough for me. I don't think he's going to be a liability if we take him on shore. What is your opinion of the lizard folk? Did you ever see them before while you were on board?
He shakes his head at you. He's like, I don't know about you guys. This is making me really uncomfortable.
Fair enough. Should we throw him overboard?
I guess.
All right. No. That's perfectly
very
fine.
differently
To be
than I-
honest, I think that our captains here have they're still there. Come with me, Oceanus.
He's like, I don't know.
Look, everyone just take a breath. Look, Rana here has a very powerful way of viewing. See, we each encompass a personality type. Hemi here is the brains. Rana here is the bronze.
INTJ, INFJ.
And I'm a bit of the personality. I'm the talky. And between the three of us, we encapsulate one person. So Rana is really trying to figure out your strength. I was trying to figure out personality. And Hemi here, well, they can see your wit because you managed to get yourself caught when you came on the ship. Ultimately, all I really wanted to know was a little bit about you, whether you could be trusted and whether you'd be worthwhile to bring on shore. It admittedly got off course a little bit. And I don't necessarily think that what Rana's doing is wrong, but that's a conversation for behind closed doors. I would rather you come along and try out your skills in battle with us when we head to the lizard folk before we talk about an equal percentage, because ultimately we need to provide for the crew as well. And if you're only interested in taking your share split 4 ways, then it's not really something that we're entirely comfortable with at this point. That seems fair, doesn't it?
Yes, except for what the adventure has to say about it, unfortunately.
Well, adventures are meant to be broken.
You will be expecting a normal portion of the treasure.
You will absolutely be reimbursed. Put it that way. There's no shortchanging anyone here. But ultimately, we have to make sure that we as a group and a company and a ship have enough money for sales and all that kind of thing. Put it this way. None of us are going to be buying ourselves diamond rings and going off to get engaged.
Everyone hides their platinum rings.
Platinum rings, yeah.
Oops, I said diamond, not platinum. We're safe. Oceanus, the gut punching aside, would you join us on land for the time being? And are you trustworthy? Can I roll insight on him?
Sure.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be sincerely confused about you guys.
I mean, he shouldn't be that confused. This is
Well,
pirate life. He literally snuck onto a ship of pirates. I think if he expected to be treated without a few gut punches.
I don't think he thought that you guys were pirates, though.
No, and that's fair, but ultimately he shouldn't be like, what? This is unfair. I mean, it's kind of a rough and scurvy life. I am getting where Ron is coming from. It's kind of meant to be a bit of like a, this isn't going to be easy. If you need to take a punch, are you going to go down? Is he a level 1 or something? He's just doing it in a more thematic way than we used to. And that's what
I appreciate that. Lim, you extended to me. Appreciate that.
She glares at you. And then but yes, so 17, he seems trustworthy.
Yeah, he's like, listen, if you treat me like a member of your party appropriately with adequate compensation, I will be true to you until the very end.
Whoa.
Seems like a
so he's neutral. He's just neutral. Right?
HR is going to love this guy.
But did you punch Hemi when you met him?
I could already see Hemi would destroy me in a fist. Look at the size of those fists. They're tiny. So if he hit me, the amount of surface area, it would just destroy me.
We're getting off track. Listen, do you want to come to land or not?
Yeah, sure. But I'm going to need one part of the treasure.
Yeah, you can have one part of the treasure for sure.
Equal share as the rest of our crewmates.
Yeah, as the rest of our crewmates.
You're not paying any of the other crewmates.
Well, we're making it. Well,
No.
we're not paying.
I'm actually. This is James here. I'm actually currently working up a spreadsheet on what everyone's cut of the treasure should be.
Oh,
there you go.
Literally right now as we're talking.
Good.
Is there a hierarchy? Like the guy who works the galley is like...
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, because that's kind of what it comes down to is Hardy Dan is really the only one who has like an additional role besides just like do ship work. He's like, do ship work and cook. So Hardy Dan gets like a slightly bigger cut as to everybody else. And then we three and Oceanus would get like a larger cut, and then whatever's left goes split around the rest of the crew. And I'm just working out percentages.
My imagination is trying to figure out what a fantasy-based spreadsheet would have looked like back then. Is it involve an abacus, or are you doing like some sort of like fey writing?
Like,
ledgers.
Yeah, there's ledgers. There's an abacus.
But we also have to cover ship costs, feeding the crew, clothing, new hires. Like, to me, I don't necessarily think they should be getting a cut, which is partially why I'm saying Oceanus, is that because we don't get a cut. I think the money should be going to a pool.
The cause.
Yeah, well, do you think before we came on board, the pirates were like paid per day? They're not going into port spending it on anything. Like, to me, the money would come when they like need it. If we get into port, everyone gets like a per diem type thing, because you're not getting
500 gold pieces. Are you going to spend it on magic items that you've been excited about, or are you going to spend it on food for your crew?
Well, I figured they'd get like a gold piece each, because that's like a year's worth of salary for a farmer, right? So one gold piece would be like, oh, that's really good pay. They treat us well, and we get positive.
Year's worth of salary for a farmer?
But more importantly,
what it was back then, or like in D&D.
The bounty we paid off for them,
so.
And the fact that they now have like they can now walk into port without getting hung. Like, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah, but like if we just keep them and like not actually pay them, how is that different than like indentured servitude?
Well, I'm not saying that we don't pay them. I'm saying that what are they spending their money on? Like, they don't have anything.
Maybe they have families
right now.
Maybe they knit
too.
Well, then we buy them knitting supplies.
Maybe they're saving up for a parrot.
I just mean to say that gold has no value to them, whereas gold can buy us a new sail, or that hull being fixed, or those, whatever. And then when we get into port, yeah, of course, they can have their gold and whatever they want to do with it and go get drunk and have fun.
I don't honestly care. Whatever's going to keep our NPCs happy, that's what we should do. That's like my only thing is like I thought we would need to pay them in order to keep them happy, but if we don't need to pay them and they're happy just to get their vegan breakfast, let's do that.
I think my thinking isn't that they shouldn't get gold. My thinking is that I don't know if they would require it in this day and age, because I don't think there would be something where it's like, okay, here's 5 for you and 5 for you and 5 for you, and then like where are they going to go to, like, go in and buy grog or something like that?
Yeah,
but
if we're bringing for retirement,
Right, but are there like pirate ports? To me, I think this starts going down to like my list of like, well, how does this world exist, and what were they doing before this? And it just starts my wheels of spinning. Into like, if we had gone with that royal guard, like the people who could have come on the ship, how would they have been paid? Because we wouldn't have paid them, and we're not getting paid for this. Like,
That's a good point.
Well, but we're not getting paid like an hourly. We got like a lump sum, right?
Yeah, it's like a salary.
What?
You're getting paid like X number of dollars for the completion of
right,
this.
but we vouched for them to be like they'll be our crew, and we offered them. I don't know. It's just this goes where goes down the line. People can put minimum wage. Everyone's getting
Unionized.
Paid more than minimum wage. I don't.
There's no talk of union on this ship.
There's no. They're going to unionize.
There's a lot.
Anyone who talks a union, I throw overboard. That's what my role is now.
There's a lot of mechanics for keeping a crew. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
fun. We'll do that.
Whether you pay them or not can result in potentially a mutiny.
Whoa, that's fun.
We will pay them handsomely. I don't want to like stifle them. I don't have any motivation for the goal.
Let's just put like a pin in this, and we'll come back to it. We'll say when it's time to pay them, we'll address it. Right?
Yes.
Like when it seems like the crew's like, wait, shouldn't we have been paid by now? We'll be like, oh yeah, here's what we agreed upon.
Ready for back pay, guys?
There are some cool ship upgrades. If you guys ever end up with 15,000 gold pieces and an extra 1d4 weeks of work, you can like make your ship magical.
I'm just really excited that is an option in the book, because that means at some point we have the probability of getting 15,000 gold.
You can get a frost locked hull. This upgrade replaces a ship's hull with supernatural ice drawn from the elemental planes.
What?
The hull and other components of the ship are immune to cold damage but vulnerable to fire damage. The ship can also move at its normal speed over ice of any thickness, floating on the ice at the same depth as it would in water.
Weird.
Yeah, we're going to get that eventually, Joe. That's actually our main goal now as a campaigning party.
So long as we withhold the wages of
dragon
the
sails.
That's our story arc now. Frosted hull,
rising oars.
sails.
Ooh, churning hull. A tempest rages within these rune-etched iron chains. Raiders and pirates who operate under the blessings of a storm god sometimes make use of this upgrade. By draping the chains over a ship's skull, the storm's fury thrashes into the water around it. The water within 210 feet of the ship is difficult terrain for everything other than the ship.
All right.
This is awesome.
Cool. Anyway, Oceanus, would you like to come with us? Yes, pay them all fairly. I have no issue with that. Again, I was more questioning what the actual pay structure would be, because I don't really know, but that's just my own ignorance. I'm happy to pay them. I don't really care. Shall we?
Rock and roll. Everyone talks about money as you set off from the docks of Saltmarsh into the lovely morning light, and you head on your way to the lizard folks' colony, this lair, I suppose we could call it. It's about a 3.5-4 hour journey. The weather is quite lovely, balmy, spray of sea foam in your hair and whatnot for those of you who are hanging out above decks. And you arrive on our Roll20 page very similarly to the night, I guess 2 nights prior. You're heading down the coast. You see this promontory lurching out of the water on this sort of like peninsula, I suppose, poking out into the water. There's like a little cave type entrance on the northeastern side. And then you also see that leading up through the marsh towards this taller area of land, towards this hill, there are 2 different footpaths carving tracks through the marsh that lead to 2 entrances in the hillside. What would you like to do?
We're going to park off the shore, drop anchor, and take a rowboat in.
Rock and roll. Everyone okay with that?
Yar.
Yes.
Cool.
Sorry, yar.
Yar.
All right. Dying by coming in through the sea. Just kidding. So you approach the promontory. You see these dry tracks. Blah, blah, blah. And then there's a 15-foot wide, 6-foot high sea cave entrance on the northeastern tip. As you disembark your ship and you get on your rowboat, you start rowing towards this cave entrance.
Talia's perched on the front like that famous American painting. George
Joe, is
Washington.
it really common for there to be other pirates around this region? Like, have we heard so many stories? Being that I grew up in Saltmarsh a certain amount, is it commonplace for pirates to exist?
Yeah, there used to be a shit ton of them called the Red
Is it-
Ship Raiders.
It would make sense for us to, like, is it too risky and not worth it to park the ship inside that cove?
You can.
I'm asking Harlan and
Yeah,
James.
Talia raises her arm and she says, "Park the ship inside the cove," she says to Hardy Dan and the helmsman at helm.
Yeah, you guys proudly watch as the ship furls and unfurls its flag.
And then it's that thing, that ship that
sails.
got stuck in the canal in real life. We come back, it's just between two. Damn
Super
it,
embarrassed.
Hardy Dan.
All right, so here we go, guys. Just revealed some spot on the map.
More.
Let me see.
I'm putting your characters into a small rowboat configuration
I like rowboats.
and moving you.
I like bro boats, bro.
Bro.
Bro. What weapons does Oceanus have anyway?
He's got a trident and a light crossbow.
I find it offensive he uses a trident.
I was gonna say
Why?
I don't know. It's for our people. I'm just saying.
that is our weapon.
That's ours.
So as you row into this lagoon, you kind of have to duck your head to allow for the like vines that are hanging down, these creepers, through the mouth of the cave, and you row this rowboat into the lagoon, and you see this huge open cavernous space. There is kind of like a walkway along the western wall that leads into some tunnels. There are a couple of staircases leading up and out of this dark water to allow aquatic creatures to get up onto the catwalk on the western side. And as you row your boat into this cavernous lagoon, heads start popping up all over the place. Allow me to reveal the heads.
I don't see no heads. Oh, they're there. Whoa.
Oh, there's more there. Oh,
Whoa.
there's. Oh, okay. We have surrounded ourselves.
It's okay. They're friendlies, remember? Talia stands up on the prow and says, "We mean you no harm." What the fuck are those? Sarks?
Those ones just swimming around under the water.
Whales?
There, that's all of them.
That's a lot of people. Anyway, yeah. Talia stands up and says, "We come in peace. We're the ones who brought your weapons."
You are currently in the middle of so I said flooded cavern, roughly circular, about 60 feet in diameter. The water is murky, but the top of a weed bed can be seen just under the surface. Like I said, there's a stone catwalk. And these creatures that pop up do not look like lizard folk.
Oh.
Yeah. They've got smooth green faces with a couple of sharp dorsal spines sticking up above their heads. But their faces aren't reptilian looking. They look kind of more orc-like, like sea orcs, sort of.
Orcas?
One of them has got these coral like shoulder pads. What are they? Pauldrons?
Pauldrons. Oh,
Pauldrons.
that's sick.
And they're all just treading water, looking at you with like this like foreign, anxious expression.
And Talia says what she said.
Yeah, they don't respond to you. They just keep treading water.
Well, maybe we'll just go to the dock. I mean,
Yeah.
this is where they delivered the weapons, right?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
you
nature
saw them
check.
disappear into this
Yeah.
exit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do a nature check on them just to see if I'm familiar with the species.
Go right ahead.
That's smart.
I got a 10.
You can roll with advantage actually, because this is like your home territory, right?
Okay, thank you. I got a 10.
Yeah, these are coalinth.
Colons?
Coalinth. They are another aquatic race. You know them to be quite formidable opponents. That's about all you know.
Can you speak to them, Rana? Don't you have like communicate with fish or something?
Yeah, I can communicate with animals in the water. I can talk to them. I say, do we have safe passage?
What languages do you speak?
I speak common and primordial, but I can speak to any water-breathing animal. And aren't we all just animals?
These are not animals.
Okay, fair enough.
You're using which language?
Primordial and common, one after the other.
Common. They speak common.
Okay.
They're just looking at you, and they're like,
And I said we're coming for the lizard folk.
yeah,
and
they start swimming away a little bit.
Okay, I feel like they maybe aren't too.
I point to the land, and I'm like, can we disembark?
Let's try.
And then from the west, a couple more forms start swimming up to you. These are lizard folk. You see their powerful tails churning through the water.
Oh, there we go. It's about time. Some service. Yes, we'd like to speak with you. Shall we disembark?
And they're like waving weapons at you from the water.
And friendly?
It's not sure.
We want to speak with Grin.
These guys are like shaking their heads.
He asked us to come speak with him about the delivery.
They try to get in your boat.
Will we let them?
And they start gesturing at your weapons.
And we put them away.
Cool. Yeah. So
Hand
once
them
you
to
guys have your weapons like fully stowed away out of sight or whatever,
Yeah.
then
Like,
they're
More than sheathed, I guess.
like
double
sheathed.
sheathed.
Double sheath.
And 2 condoms. Yeah.
Doesn't make it better.
One of the lizard folk starts to try to tie you guys up.
And I'm very casually, I'm just like, no. And like I give him my weapon if he wants. Like,
Yeah. They'll take your weapons for
yeah,
sure.
sure. If that saves the tying, we'll do that.
I kind of whisper to Talia. I'm like, Talia, this is a group of people who are trying to get weapons, procure weapons to defend themselves. Is it likely we're going to get these back, you think?
Yes, I think so. Talia says.
I take a deep breath and turn over my sword.
Language they couldn't understand, she would say more. But you and I don't speak any other language. You don't speak Halfling, Dwarven, or Thieves' Cant, right?
I can't every time.
One of the lizard folk like hops out and starts towing the rowboat towards the shore sort of area, the like pathway.
Cool.
I guess. And they like sort of roughly push you out of the boat onto the walkway.
That's fine. And I think when I have a moment, I just whisper to Rana and to Hemi if he's interested. I just say, it is much better to not be bound than it is to have weapons. If something goes wrong, it is always smarter to have our hands free than it is to not have weapons. If that's the trade, and Meta, if that's the trade we need to make, it's so much better.
I agree. Absolutely. That's a good point.
Not to mention, I can still go invisible too. So if need be, I can always just Bilbo the fuck out of here.
That's how we got our ship.
They start leading you down this hallway through which you see a number of other lizard folk going about regular lizard folk type business.
Cutting off their tails, watching them regrow.
That's right.
Bathing by
Producing mucus.
sitting on a rock.
I would just like to say, Joe, I'm so fucking thrown by what's happening right now.
Are you in a good way or bad way?
Like, I'm fucking enthralled by what's going on.
Yeah, I really like the
It's
description.
exciting and good, and I'm in it.
Good. I'm hoping that you are. This is a lot of polygon reveal for one girl to do all by herself.
All this fog of war. Ugh.
Ugh.
Wow.
No, escape.
Ugh.
Hi, Darius.
That is hilarious.
Cool. You'll have to forgive me. There are only 50 rooms in this place, so it's a little bit tricky for me to find out where I need to be reading from.
Wow.
Fair.
As we walk
Through the valley in the shadow of death.
to
What?
Take a
Oceana,
look at my life and realize.
a lot of help you were out there. You didn't say anything to those creatures.
He's like, those were Colinth? Did I say they were Colinth?
But Rana told us that.
They speak Goblin. I don't speak
Why
Goblin.
didn't you say that? Do you speak Goblin, Hemi? Hemi.
No, I don't, but I can talk to anything, really.
Hemi says, "Oh yeah, Hemi talks to everything." Why didn't we ask Hemi to say something?
I mean, I was just chilling, trying to
Yeah, you sure were.
follow orders, Captain.
Through this layer, the corridors here are all 10 feet wide with 12-foot high ceilings, and there are bright torches set in iron brackets along the walls. So you're largely walking through lit passageways here. The layer that you are traversing now, accompanied by this squadron of 4 lizard folk guards, it has that same kind of smell that you smelled on board your ship in the quarters that those other lizard folk were occupying.
Shit.
Lizard poop smell. The walls here are like packed dirt, so it seems like they've been here for a long time, but they're not altogether well constructed. They shepherd you into this large room. So 2 sets of 3 pillars flank a central area where 2 lizard folk hatchlings are playing. So there's 2 little creatures in here. They're just babies.
Chris wants a baby.
For some reason, they didn't give me minis, so I'll just put 2 random minis over here.
Hemi, do you have your pet showing? I'm just like, it makes sense to have.
Ben's
Yeah.
is chilling in my hat, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have. I mean, you can do what you want, but I probably would have suggested that you keep him on the ship. You do what you want.
I was
You
thinking it'd be a
gave
good,
it
like,
to
kind of a
you.
bridge, trying to say if you have a pet that they respect.
Remember who gave you that pet? They did, and now that it's healthy, they may want it back. Like maybe to give away.
I leave my little hat with Bims back on the boat, making Bims a little tiny nest with my hat, and I give him some sausages. And I sit down and I look at him. I set him on like the sofa, and I look at him and I go, Bims, you are the most important thing in this world, and I love you. I'll be back. And if we don't come back, you're the captain.
Aw,
Captain Bims, it's true.
Captain Bims.
so cute. So yeah, they bring you to this big room. It's got 6 pillars. There are 2 little tiny lizard folk playing in the middle of the room, just like hanging out.
Awesome.
At the far end of the room, there's a wooden throne that stands on a low dais.
Only wood.
Dais? Carvings of reptiles decorate the throne, and glints of reflected light hint at the presence of inset gemstones. The heads of several creatures hang on the walls, mounted on plaques of wood for display as trophies.
I love that. I love it. Lizards carved in a lizard king's throne. It's like people. Imagine like people were carved in the throne, just like.
I'm sure some thrones have pictures of people.
Joe, can I ask how the doll that we got, was it super human looking, or was it more of like a vague humanoid form?
Oh yeah, the doll. I think we sold it.
Yeah.
No, it's for time. We didn't sell it.
That's right. We didn't sell it. I wouldn't have sold that.
No.
Talia pulls it out and she says, "Here," and it's like just a little grass doll.
So then I try to actually adjust it slightly so it has like a tail like the lizard folk, and I offer it.
Pull its nose out so it like gets.
Yeah, I just make a little adjustment. And I offer it to the children playing. I'm saying, here, as much as I can without being stabbed by the people keeping his guard. Right, just like
this little creature comes up to you. This little like 1.5 foot tall, like kind of unsteady on its feet little creature, and it like walks over and it takes the doll from you and it starts chirping at you, and then it runs over to its little friend, like scampers on all fours, I guess like 3 because it's got a hand on the doll, and like they both start like chattering about this doll, and they like keep shooting glances over their shoulder at you guys. And the lizard folk that were shepherding you towards this room, they kind of set out like to basically block the door to keep you guys from leaving. One of them goes away, so 3 of them are still there, and they're just going to try to keep an eye on you guys right now. They don't actually seem terribly concerned now, seeing you guys are making friends with their kids. They're just like protective parents, but not overprotective parents.
then I will continue to play with them as much as I can, like little things like hide and seek, or just trying to
pillar.
Yeah, exactly. Like playing with them, right? Like just trying to get them to giggle and laugh and try to
toughen you up, and I sock one in the stomach.
So I just want to see how strong you are. Can you be a crew member?
Right.
Affection.
Are there any other like doors or entrances into this room, or is it just the one main doorway here?
So impossible for you to tell without doing a perception check.
You know, I was hoping you would, because I really wanted to roll my die. Joe, can I do a perception check, please?
Anyone who wants to check for secret doors, please do so.
13.
9.
Yeah, Hemi, there is a trap door behind the throne. You see it once you're kind of walking around pretty clearly.
Okay, perfect.
We get the impression we're waiting for someone. Yeah? Like we've just been brought here and we're waiting on some sort of, I don't know, address.
Yeah. About like 3 minutes pass, and then you hear the reverberating sound of footsteps approaching back through this corridor. The 3 lizards that were accompanying you sort of make way, and then with an escort of 3 other lizard folk. Oh my god, how do I roll 20? One of them just kind of a standard lizard folk. 2 of them are like well armored, fuck you up type looking lizard folk. And then there is a regal looking lizard. She is taller than all the rest. She has these long frills of skin and scales coming down from her chin. She's got like a cape wrapped around her shoulders, and she gestures for her guard to move away and permit you entrance into the room. She doesn't even really look at you as she crosses the room and then sets down in her throne and then gestures for you to approach.
And Talia, with a deep bow, approaches. She walks right up to the center and bows deeply and says, "Your Eminence."
I follow suit. I kneel beside Talia, equally prone.
My name is Talia Gambaro. This is Rana, and this is Hemi. I don't remember your last names. I'm sorry.
And
I don't have one. I'm like, share.
Cool. That's so cool.
As the 3 of you kneel, like one of those hatchlings is trying their very best to climb up on Rana's back, to like be king of the castle, as it were.
Hemi goes over and helps lift the little hatchling onto Rana's back.
It's just sitting.
And then we'll also like join in like kneeling and like reverence.
We come here as representatives and emissaries of Saltmarsh, a nearby community of humanoids who wish to aid, inform, and understand your peoples. We live in a diverse community over yonder, and yet, as neighbors, we know so little about each other. We hope to come here to earn your friendship and favor so that we may learn and share openly as two communities living under this world together.
I am Queen Otho Kent. She's speaking in clear common to you. My guards tell me that you are found on our doorstep brandishing weapons, and yet your manner is not that of an enemy.
No, I'm sure you understand the need to carry weapons when traveling this great land of ours, but truly, our weapons were not meant as an affront to your peoples, merely protection from the various elements as we arrive here.
I know them well. In my long years, I have observed many betrayals by your kind, so I cultivate a cautious nature, and you will have to forgive me that. I will give you credit for your kind actions towards my kin on board your ship, sparing their lives, and for the completed delivery of the weapons earlier. Yes, I know your faces.
And your mistrust of our kind is completely understood. We ourselves have been duped by our own kind, for humanoids are amongst some of the most diverse peoples, both in their head and their heart. But we assure you that we come here as friends with the intention to help in whatever way we can.
And how would you do that?
By understanding each other's needs. Obviously, the weapons that we gave you, or sold to you rather, were of need. For what enemy did you have these weapons for? Perhaps it could be a mutual enemy, one that we might be able to help you vanquish.
Her long purple gray tongue slides out of her mouth, tasting the air. It would be a poor leader who would accept every stranger who appears on her doorstep into her war room, would it not?
True, but it would be a wise leader to accept the help from adventurers such as us. For we are strong of heart and mind, and helpful in many ways, as Grin would attest to.
Strong of heart and mind.
Well, and muscle, she points to Rana.
And muscle.
As I'm
yes.
holding both kids from both biceps. It's like,
She
Oh, I
cracks.
love
me with
that.
a
I
smile.
love that.
I would have you prove yourselves as such to me, as both sympathetic and powerful beings.
I immediately
before
flex my ab muscles knowing that she's going to punch me in the stomach. I'm ready. It's good.
Could you imagine? She walks with the clinking of her jewels. She just like wallops you in the gut. And then
And
sits
just
back.
look at like Hemi and like Talia, like, see? It's common courtesy.
We all turn to Oceanus and we're like, totally
don't you get-
normal.
He's blushing. She stands up and starts to walk a wide circle around you, and the kids like hop off Rana, and they start chasing her around the room a little bit. Like one of them turns a somersault after he steps on his own tail, just kind of making fools of themselves. For the former, I invite you to introduce yourselves to the members of my tribe. And when they come to trust you and regard you highly, so will I. For the latter, I hope it will not offend you to know that the lizard folk traditionally regard creatures such as yourselves as somewhat hapless, not well known for your talents in battle or strategy. However, we would need the help from ones such as yourself for a specific problem that plagues our community. There is an ancient evil that lurks in the marsh nearby, And after completing her circuit around you, she settles back on her throne. Its kind is sacred to us. We cannot attack it ourselves without the retribution of our god. However, this giant creature has attacked and eaten 3 members of a patrol that ventured too close to its lair, and since then, matters have only gotten worse. Lizard folk engaged in routine activities outside have been killed or lost to the swamp. Bring the head of the 1,000 teeth to me, so that I might add it to my collection. She holds up a claw to display all of the heads behind her on their placards.
And Talia's eyes go wide. I too have an affinity for heads. And she opens her bag and reveals like the 5 skulls that are in there. Huh?
One of the kids runs over and tries to grab a skull from
No, thank you. You had us at the beast with 1,000 teeth, which coincidentally was the last thing you said. Yes, yes, consider it dead. Lead us there. And Talia turns and leaves. I mean, I don't think that she's going to answer questions until we do this anyway. Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
We also had to introduce herself. That was a thing, right?
What?
So we had to introduce ourselves to the others? Didn't you say that?
Yeah. So, okay. So basically, you guys have 2 jobs. You can do them however you want, in whatever order you like. But basically, she said, like, our kind usually don't like people very much. I've seen a lot of you guys and I don't really like your style, but you guys specifically seem cool. So if you can win over my tribe, then I'll be cool with you. And then we can have a chat about everything that's been happening in the community. Also, there is an ancient evil that needs to be vanquished nearby. So whatever you guys want.
Owen's totally right. Like if we go and kill this thing, it's going to be lots of brownie points.
One
Big
begets the other,
points.
really. So let's do the cool one
This
first.
is actually an interesting chapter, mechanically, because it's got like a series of, it's like a point system, basically. Based on your activities, you get a specific point level, and you have to hit point X number before you can get her trust. So by
Joe, am I right in thinking that each of these chapters were written by a different person? Because I almost like I have a complete feel like this whole section of the game feels so different from Snakes in a Well. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, it's very mechanics. You know, it's like you get a certain number of points to romance the leader.
Yeah, basically.
It's very not my D&D.
Oh, I don't know. I find it's nice, refreshing change from the Snakes in the Well. Personally,
It's nice. Well, I don't know. I want more Snakes in a Well, frankly.
I like that. I mean,
Well,
I enjoyed
you guys
it.
want to go fight some snakes? There's a beast with 1,000 teeth waiting for you.
That's why I want to do that first.
Better
Yeah?
not be a snake.
Better not be a snake.
Listen, we'll never kill it.
Snakes.
A snake.
You know what? You guys know what it's going to be, and it's going to be something above snakes. It's going to be a fucking sea lamprey.
Or
Oh,
a baby
gross.
back. Oceanus, you into this? You down to kill the beast with 1,000 teeth?
Fuck yeah. He like hefts a trident.
You got to stop waving that thing around. You're really upsetting Rana. Okay, it's a bit insensitive. The only thing I have a bit query about is why does she get the head if we kill it? Whatever. We'll argue with her after. All right, let's go. And I turn to one of the people. She says, "You groomsman, take us to the place with 1,000 teeth."
May we have our weapons before we go?
Yes.
Yeah. They give you your weapons back. They're like, no fighting in the tunnels.
But she didn't say anything about running, so I run with the sword.
Slip on some moss. Whoop. Oh.
Excuse me, Queen. Before we depart, I was curious. It did not seem like it was your kind that greeted us when we first entered the tunnels. The creatures in the water looked more different. I was just curious if they are still part of your people that we need to befriend and trust.
Yours are not the first kind to send emissaries to my realm. So there are strangers here, yes. And
Here are the others. She points to the heads on the walls. These are the ones that failed.
I advise you pay extra caution when interacting with those who are not lizard folk. I cannot vouch for their behavior.
Thank you, my queen. That is exactly what I was asking.
Cool.
Cool.
So yeah, basically there are emissaries from other races hanging around here and quacking. Yeah. And yeah, who knows where you're going to find them and what they're going to be like. So you met some Coalinth, I believe. Yes.
Coalinth.
There's a lot. They have very similarly sounding names. You'll have to bear with me. However, they lead you outside and they point out toward the swamp. So this is like away from the sea, heading southwest, essentially. And they just like point out there.
That way.
Yeah,
Go.
basically.
Good fucking luck.
They say follow the river.
So, like, here?
Nah, like this way.
Here?
Okay.
Trudging through the marsh is difficult terrain. Every footfall is captured by sucking mud, and the horizon disappears behind thick groves of elephant grass and rushes. You are harassed by swarms of gnats and black flies everywhere you go.
Sorry, the guy is no longer with us?
So it's just you four now.
Okay, before we left him, I would have just tried to ask him any information he had about the beast with 1,000 teeth.
Totally.
What is it like? What does it look like? How long is it?
Has anyone counted the teeth?
He makes like big alligator like jaws with his hands like this.
So it's an alligator.
And then he like runs over here and then he runs over there to show you how big it is. Like,
oh,
it's
so you're an idiot.
very, very big.
Don't you speak common?
It's weird, actually. They say that none of the lizards folk speak common except for like X, Y, and Z characters.
Except for the ones we met.
Just
Awesome. Okay.
How are you supposed to talk to them?
No, I'm like,
so as soon as he like makes the alligator thing, I'm like, you can sup. Hey, I'm the little guy here. What is this thing like? What does it do? Is it like an alligator? And I send over the picture of an alligator in my head.
Oh yeah, he nods.
Cool. It's a big fucking alligator, guys.
well, we got that from the hand signals, Hemi. Maybe show a picture and see if there's a weak spot he can recognize.
I can't
Ask
do that.
him if it's like targets people for just to eat, or is it inherently evil?
He
Is it
nods
smart?
those things.
All right, let's go.
Cool. Have a good day. Would you like an orange?
Yes, he takes it, he eats it, he loves it. Orange drips down his lizard cheeks.
How many points is that worth, Joe?
Oh god, so many points.
Oh,
So
we're done.
yeah.
Let's go back.
Guys, we don't need to kill the beast. We're good.
you guys trudge through the marsh, difficult terrain, as I said, swarms of gnats and black flies. As you are traveling through the swamp, what's your marching order?
Well, I think we'd start sneaking at some point once we get to
Yeah, you travel for like 4 hours and you're still going.
All right.
I'll go
Marching
first.
would be Rana, and then I don't know. I'd
Do we
probably
get a sense of how far it was by
Heaven's
their
in the back
description?
for sure.
we're both at the back.
They told you that it's going to take you until well after, like, close to nightfall to get there.
And is it just marsh and swamp? It's in the swamp. We're going to be fighting in the swamp. Okay.
Do we still have we still have the bullseye lantern, right? The little flippy flappy one. Because I think if we're going to be gone that long, I would have liked to send message back to the ship so the crew knows.
That's a smart idea.
Like what's up. So like if we can just get like visual sight with them, just like use the lantern to communicate, be like, hey, going on a trip, stay safe. Lizard folk good, other things maybe not good.
Yeah, and then you get like a really long message back that's like, hey, it's Hardy Dan here. Just
What are you
wanna
thinking about?
know, we've had lunch without you. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, Dan, that's totally fine. I'm glad you guys are eating.
Flippy.
We made shashuka. It's like,
If you could go in and check on Bims and make sure he still has food and water, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
Joe,
Rob,
before we get too close, I would like to cast a few
close
buffs
to what?
before, when we feel like we're getting distance-wise, that we're probably within an hour of fighting this beast, I want to cast some buffs.
You have no idea.
She's not going to let us do it. Let's
Well-
just get ambushed.
Well, here's the thing: is that you get ambushed before the ambush.
Yeah.
So you're walking through the bog. Here's my shit map.
Oh my god, I love it.
It says on it.
Green popcorn.
Those are trees. Shut up.
We rented map making software.
I did this in 10 minutes before we got on the call.
That's fair.
Don't.
Bog.
You're welcome. So Rana's going first, right? And then
I mean,
Oceana's
Tally wants to be at the back,
probably.
but Hemi also wants to be at the back. So
double back.
we're competing over the
I
back.
mean, no, if Talia really wants to be in the back, Hemi will be like, all right, that's fine. No, I can be in the center. I'm
rock,
a
paper,
Hemi
scissors.
Sandwich.
We'll do rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors. Well, that's like a full.
Wow. Doesn't work.
This
Rock,
isn't
paper,
going to work,
scissors,
is
shoot.
it?
That's that it works. Okay, there's a delay.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
Just roll a
You
die. We're on a
just
D&D
shoot,
game.
and then-
Roll a die.
And then
you
you
go.
just hold it up.
D20. D20 it up.
Yeah, roll dice for it.
Oh, okay. Ready? D20. Here we go.
Yep.
Higher number?
Higher number wins.
16.
10. I'm in the center.
Oh,
I'm a
good.
Hemi Sandwich.
All right.
A ham
So
sandwich.
Rana's going first. Rana, you're walking through the bog bravely, and your friends are following you in the sort of distances when you realize that your feet are caught in the dirt in the swamp. You have hit a patch of earth. Let's say you're right about here. When this happens, you've hit a patch of earth that is clinging to your legs, to your ankles, and you are having a lot of trouble withdrawing your limbs from this quicksand.
I thrash immediately.
Quicksand.
Wait, don't come any closer. I say to the others.
You're
Everyone,
not the boss of me, Talia says, running up. I'm just kidding.
everyone roll for initiative.
Ooh.
Oh wow. I got 11.
Right. 11 for Rana.
Fart.
Hemi.
6.
6 for Hemi. Talia.
Yeet. That's 8 with a year.
All right, Rana. Here's how quicksand works. If you want to try to... Oh, wait. At the start of your turn, you sink a certain number of feet into the quicksand.
Jesus.
Rana.
Boys. For you. Or whatever the horse's name is.
That's right.
Atreyu.
So you...
Shout out to my nephew, Atreyu.
No way. That's actually
So-
a cool name.
At the beginning of this whole quicksand ordeal, which was just mere moments ago, you walked into the quicksand and you sunk 2 feet deep. So you went like just past
You
your
guys
knees.
would have almost be dead if it was you.
and then I just rolled another dice and I got a 1. So now you're 3 feet deep.
You went up. You went up.
Oh, that's quick. Holy shit. Joe, physics wise, if I cast
doesn't make sense.
water down, what would happen? Does the quicksand just get faster or does it get full?
Who knows?
It's hungry.
If you want to escape, you can use your action to succeed on a strength check.
Okay.
And just to clarify, nothing we do, this doesn't work in a real world sense, right? I can't throw him a rope or like,
You can absolutely try to help him by using your action.
yeah. And if we like put a big stick across him and he like held on to it like you could in real quicksand, that doesn't work either, does it?
Yeah, I would give you an advantage on your strength
Cut
check.
down one of those popcorns. You're
Yeah.
good to go.
We should have known this is the place. It says bog up there. Look, just beyond those trees, guys.
Like, I mean, I could almost like cast ensnaring strike on myself and get like thorns to just hold on to me and go,
well,
Anyways.
you are restrained already, so
Are we okay? So I basically have but one choice, which is to work my way out of this, right? fight my way out
or
of it.
submit to the quicksand and die.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
I'll think about it for a bit. Give me a second. I'm going to delay. No, let's try to fight my way out with the advantage. Can I defer my action until I have the advantage from the others?
Yeah, you can wait.
Actually, yeah, let's wait.
Sure. Talia, it's your turn.
Talia will pull out a rope, hempen rope, from the bag of holding, and she will run up. She can make it there in her turn pretty much. Oh, wait, no, she's halfling, so she can move there.
Yeah, you probably don't want to get in the quicksand also.
I'll do what I gotta do. I'm standing on the edge of it.
Okay. Yeah, I sort of made it in a dumb way. You're welcome.
And I will hand you the rope. I'll just like standing over you, looking down, like, "Hey, Rana, what you doing?"
like
Hi,
that.
guys. Okay.
You
Now
want
that I
some-
have a rope, I would like to try to get out.
Great. So roll your strength check with advantage.
16.
Okay. You successfully managed to free yourself from the quicksand.
Slorp.
From this point on, I'm going to be walking with a walking stick in order to test the ground.
Great.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Talia.
Talia puts the rope back in the bag.
As you start putting your rope back in the bag, Talia, you hear like a skittering sound from some of these bushes.
Ruh-roh.
No.
What do you do?
It's still my turn.
I mean,
I run all the way back.
well, you just used your action, I guess. So it would be Hemi's turn. Hemi,
Wait, I moved 25 feet.
yeah. And then you, as an action, retrieved a rope and passed it to Rana.
I guess. Well, as a bonus action, I'm going to dash back to where I was. There. Huzzah!
Hemi, you see Talia help Rana get free of this quicksand and then runs back at you. What do you do?
Did I also hear the skittering off to
Yeah,
the
you
side?
heard a little skittering, a little bit.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see anything?
Go right ahead.
Okay. No. 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 That is a 4.
You don't see anything, but you hear another little skitter from a different bush.
Okay. I would like to do a prepared action. If I see something spoopy pop out of a bush, I'm a fire a blast at it.
Sounds great. It's Oceanus's turn. Oceanus is going to roll a perception check. Ooh, with a 19.
Get it,
Is the-
boy.
In the bushes all around us, bullywugs. And
Oh,
he
cool.
What?
hefts his trident on his shoulder and he starts running. He takes off in this direction. And then you watch as he heaves his trident back and attacks a creature with a natural 20.
Ooh.
He deals,
Earning that cut.
for real. That's a 4 and a 7 is 11, 12, 13. And he literally murders a bullywug. So you see, watches Oceanus like runs into the bushes and just like skewers this creature, and you hear like a. It's really sad sound. Sorry, everyone. And he kills this little creature.
Good job.
Next up, it's the bullywug's turns. You watch as 4 other little creatures emerge from all over this clearing where they were clearly waiting for you guys all to fall in their trap of quicksand, and most of them start to just kind of run away.
Oh.
One of them did get slaughtered.
We did a wonderful job,
Rana,
everyone.
it's your turn.
So they've mostly just started running away. I'm going to allow them to run. I'm going to prepare an attack. If somebody comes towards me, I will swing my sword at them. Otherwise, I will let them escape.
Oh, I should have said, Hemi, you see these creatures now, so you can take your action if you'd like.
Cool.
Running
I
away.
will get the one right in front of Oceanus.
This guy?
Yeah, is he dead?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh, okay, never mind. Let's see.
Toast this
Did they all
button.
just pop out and start running away?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had my action. I will use it. I will blast. I think the only one I can actually see at all is this guy way over here.
Yeah.
So the one all the way across the map, I'm going to give him a little kick in the keister. And I'll use my Eldritch Blast, which isn't super great. That is a 11 to hit.
No, that misses.
Cool. So this weird blobby tentacle thing just shoots straight past him.
Cool. And he keeps running. Rana, you're just letting them run away?
Yeah, I don't feel a
Oh,
need
yeah.
to kill these things.
It's your turn.
Talia will do a perception. Are they running away from us or from something greater? It's cracked. 18.
It seems like they're probably intimidated by the fact that the quicksand doesn't really seem to slow Rana down at all, and then Oceanus one-shotted their buddy. So they figure that this is not a crew they actually want to rob and kill.
I think we'll let them go then. I mean, my only concern is when we're fighting this beast with 1,000 teeth that they come back and try to take advantage of us. But I think if we show mercy on them now, they might be more likely to leave. So I'll just shout and I'll say, "You best not come back this way again, you bullywog bastards."
Your cries echo into the swamp.
Perfect.
Hemi, would you like to do anything else?
Yeah. Hemi will move up to Oceanus.
Mhm.
Go. That was a wonderful job. And
He's
gives
like-
him a pat on the back.
Blood dripping off of his trident, and he's breathing kind of heavy, and he's like, "Did I prove myself to you?"
You're well
Oh
on.
yeah, you totally did. You proved yourself to us back on the ship when Rana punched you, and you were like, "No, I don't like this." That really impressed me, and I'm glad you're here. And I hope that one day you will view me as your friend.
He smiles weakly. The bullywugs continue running away into the forest/marsh, and you did it. You won.
We did it, guys! We won D&D. Joe said so.
You continue wandering into the marsh until you get to a much better map.
Whoa. This is a
Whoa,
much better map.
Joe, you're really good with paint.
You got good.
Quickly.
Yeah, I did.
That's gorgeous.
That's beautiful.
You're on the bottom right of the map.
Cast your shit, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, things start getting a lot more alligatory in this
This
area.
seems like a map we're on.
Did you want to buff yourself like crazy?
Let's
You
buff
fucking
it up.
I mean, there's no way to know.
Hemi starts taking bites of protein powder and doing push-ups.
Mm,
Getting
I
so
didn't
buff.
watch Hemi do push-ups and
That's a
eats a
real-
chocolate bar.
a real look for everyone.
He thinks those are protein bars. I switched them for Babe Ruth's. All right. I'm going to cast. Okay, let's be strategic about this. Who wants the warning bond on them? Who is more likely to take damage, basically?
I mean, realistically, there's no reason we would know we're about to enter battle now. It does
Um,
feel cheap because we
It
don't.
does.
Unless we saw, yeah. Like, is there any evidence of these giant footprints or anything poop of the alligator?
I'll-
That's a good question.
I'll read you what I wrote. Then the PC's box text.
See box text.
See
Don't know what that
box
means.
text. Hmm.
I'm gonna need a glass of water while you figure this out.
Would you get me a beer, baby?
Oh.
All right, I found it. Yeah, there is kind of an indication. Thank you, my love.
I mean, that's what we're out here to do. We're hunting, so we're on the
Yeah.
prowl for any signs, right?
Yeah, you're hunting, you're prowling, you're looking for signs. I mean, you guys can roll a survival check if you want.
Yeah, let's make it official.
yeah, I
Natural
am
20.
also.
Hey,
That makes my natural 19 look like shite.
well,
It's
who
almost-
has the higher?
What is this? Survival?
Survival?
21 total.
21 total.
Hey!
You guys both look around the clearing, and then you look at each other, and you're like, "This is the place."
time.
Here's the box.
Hi.
The ground slopes downward into a tangle of marsh trees and a blanket of mist. Squishing your way into the shallow valley, you arrive at a large pool of brackish water. The pool is feet in diameter and shaded by a canopy of vines and twisting branches. A gurgling stream at its edge feeds the pool. A few yellowed bones are visible in the shadows, and you see a great muddy mound rising from the pool's center.
Is this the place, guys?
I think so.
This must be the place. All right, now let's cast some buffs.
Okay, so my question is, who wants the warding bond and the shield of faith? I'm going to do both on one person.
What's your AC, Hemi?
That brings up a question statement I just posted in the private chat. We never talked about what we bought in port.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess nothing.
I don't
Okay.
know. Armor?
That works.
I think I bought you armor. I didn't need anything.
Okay.
I think you guys had enough. Oh, yeah, mundane armor.
Yeah.
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 And when
Oh,
you guys
that's right. Because that's a okay.
healing.
So get whatever armor you.
That's right.
like,
That's right.
Assuming
Okay.
that we bought.
I forgot we have to wait for like magic items and stuff to pop up. Okay, perfect. My AC is 13.
Cool.
So make more sense probably for Hemi.
Unless he's going to stand back and cast and hopefully not get hit at all. What do you think?
I'll probably try to stay back.
Okay, so then let's do Hemi.
The one, I think I've been staying back the most, so I would say give it to Hemi.
Okay,
Hemi could
so and then,
of Hadar shit too, right?
Yeah.
so maybe do you think I should do both the warding bond and the boost to AC, or just the warding bond? Because I could do the boost to AC against myself because I'm going to be going in there.
Do that.
Do that.
Okay, I'm going to do warding bond on my good companion Hemi. You get a +1 to your AC and you have resistance to all damage.
Sick.
And yeah, and I'll take equal parts damage. So when you get hit, I get hit. So don't get hit.
Okay.
And then I will do Shield of Faith on myself, which is going to give me a +2 to my AC.
Cool. Everyone ready?
So ready.
Yes.
Born ready.
Everyone roll for initiative.
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, wait. Balls.
What did you get, Harley?
12.
James?
18.
10.
I need to call you guys by your fake names because I wrote that Harlan got a 12.
I did.
Rana got a 10. All right. Hemi, it's your turn. What do you do?
Do we see anything yet or no?
All of the
Just
things
kinda-
I described, which were a polluted pool that smells bad, brackish water with a gurgling stream, a few yellowed bones visible in the shallows, and a muddy mound rising from the pool's center. And I mean, it's on this map that I found, there's like a little bridge. So we'll call that a little bridge
Part
there.
of it. Okay. Hemi will say, is it bad to poke the bear?
Well, if we really want to poke the bear, I'd say let's wait until everybody is ready. Meta, if we wanted to be tactical about this and then you wanted to poke, I would say defer.
Yeah.
Ready in action and defer. And I would go, what am I, 8? What did I roll? I rolled 12 and you got 10.
You're 12 and Rana's 10.
Presuming the creature hasn't spotted us yet and we need to interact with it in order to get it, what would make the most sense is to defer, for myself to defer, and for Rana to go in there and instigate. And then when it reveals itself, Rana would, with the highest AC, would take the hit, and then you and I would get an attack of opportunity. Or not, get first attack.
Okay.
That's way more strategic than Talia is. So Talia says, poke it, poke it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, Hemi will take a quick glance around and see if there's anything that could even resemble a giant alligator, and he'll blast it.
All right, roll perception check.
Thank you, Joe. I'm so nervous. That's a 10.
Yeah, you don't see anything that would resemble an alligator.
What about
Okay.
that giant log that's floating there? It's always the alligator.
Blast the log.
I mean, then you should just ready in action, because if you don't see it,
Yeah,
it's
that's- yeah. Okay. I'll chill. I'll be like, okay, if I see the alligator, I'm gonna shoot it.
If you see the alligator, you'll shoot it.
Yes, with my Eldritch Blast.
Where are you going? Go back
don't
to
know.
where you belong.
Yes, miss.
All of a sudden, I know that those are your 3 favorite words.
sudden of all.
2 giant snakes
No.
What?
out from the undergrowth on their snake bellies, and they launch themselves at you guys.
No.
Return of the snakes.
Return of the snakes!
Are they the same snakes?
No, they're way bigger.
Do they have 500 teeth each, or do they want to have 1,000? We just...
No, these are unrelated creatures.
Oh God, we're gonna kill more
Yeah.
things.
One of them launches itself at you as only a giant constrictor snake that is very hungry is wont to do, and tries to bite you, Rana. That's a 24 to hit you.
It does hit.
It bites you. You take 13 piercing damage.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's good.
Harlan, are you okay?
It's got lots of buttons going off.
So
This
many
is a
buttons.
really intense scene, guys. Jesus, I'm
And-
adding texture.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Also, Hemi, another snake is right beside you, and it curls itself around your small form, and it's going to try to constrict you with its body and squeeze the life out of you. Wow, that is a 25 to hit you.
No, not if you say no. Fun fact: if you tell the thing no, it can't legally.
Joe, that is definitely a hit.
Okay,
Half damage, but I'll take
That's
it.
minimum damage. 6 bludgeoning damage.
So 3 bludgeoning damage each of us.
I just realized your roll to hit me was higher than my total health points. Which is,
Ah,
that's just a realization I had. Take 6 points, cool.
No.
Take 3 points.
Three.
3.
3 because of yes, thank you.
And do you have to roll concentration checks on some spells every time you take damage, Chris? Are you
I'm gonna
concentrating?
say I don't know. Do you want me to find out?
Warden Bond.
No, because
Oh, is it?
Warding bond is not concentration.
What's the other one? Spiritual.
Shield of Faith? I feel like it'd be weird to have to
It's
cast.
concentration.
That one's concentration.
Shield of
It
Faith.
doesn't say anything that would
Concentration.
imply that I need to.
Yeah, you need to roll a concentration check.
Every time?
Faith. Yeah.
Where are you finding that?
Every time you take damage.
Duration, concentration. Every time concentration spells you attack, you have to.
Even though there it's so for mine, or do I have to take it also for his?
No, not warding bond. Only Shield of Faith.
Okay. So how does a concentration check work?
So it's going to be roll a concentration check. So essentially that's a constitution check.
Right. Do I just add my concentration? What is that? Oh, just okay.
So-
Just a regular skill check.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm going to
the-
re-roll because I didn't do well.
what?
I'm going to press my stone and re-roll.
Oh, you're stone.
It's not an ability check. Concentration check. It's a constitution.
saving
It's
throw.
a saving throw. So I don't think you get to use your stone.
Then I'll use my advantage.
You have to
You
choose
can't
to
use
use
your
your
advantage
advantage
after.
before you roll.
Oh, then I failed. That's fair enough.
What did
I'm
you
not,
roll?
trying, I'm not trying to cheat. I'm not trying to cheat.
What
Yeah.
did you roll?
A 2.
Okay,
Ah.
but get this. The concentration check is
No, it's whichever is higher.
a DC of 10 or half the damage you receive, whichever is higher. Yeah.
10's
Yes,
higher.
you lose a spell.
Fuck.
That's shitty. Okay, that's fair.
But it's a bonus action to cast, so you can cast again on your turn.
I don't think so, because can you recast a prepared spell, or is it?
You use the slot, I think.
You
Like-
can cast your prepared spell as many times as you want, but you only have
nice.
so many spell slots.
Yeah, you'll still waste a spell slot, but you can still do it.
So those were the snakes. Hemi, your prepared action was that when you see the alligator.
Yeah. No,
I don't-
I mean, what was that?
I don't know if you want me to like come down hard on you about that or
Oh no, I'm totally fine with coming in hard on that. Hemi is looking around for an alligator, and like he's scanning over, and he's like, "All right, looking for a big spiny lizard with 1,000 teeth. Let's see, that's a noodle. Nope, not an alligator. That's a wiggly noodle. You know what? That looks a lot like. Wait a minute." And by that point, like it's already wrapped around him.
Too
And he's
late.
like, it's too late. And Hemi goes, "Snakes!"
Oh no.
And he's just completely caught off guard.
Ron's got one
Talia.
dangling from his arm.
Yeah.
You think?
Talia, it's your turn.
Well, just as a matter of fact, because I was reading this the other day, and I'm just reminding myself now, and it's kind of a fun, interesting fact. If you're readying an action, and it's a spell, you are keeping concentration on it. So even if you were going to use a spell, you would have to roll concentration after taking damage to see if you lost your ready action, which is kind of a cool, you know what I mean? So you're like,
Yeah, that's really
getting
neat.
your ball of energy ready, and then if you got hit, you can still cast it, but you might have failed it with
I
concentration.
think unless it'd be instantaneous, because I think that would be
No,
something that
because
would be.
your ready works on your reaction. So your reaction comes after an attack. So
Harlan's getting better at D&D than I am. is
no,
what-
You see
I'm
what I
just
mean, though, like if it's instantaneous, you're saying I'm going to cast when I see this thing. Why would you be concentrating at that point? You're saying it's like implying that you're already swinging your sword before you are swinging your sword.
well,
You wouldn't
your
be.
ready is what you're using. Ready technically means you're acting on your reaction. That's what you're doing.
Mhm.
So it's just wherever your reaction takes place. Anyway, doesn't matter. My turn. I'm going to fire at one of the snakes.
Cool.
And I'm going to fire at the one in front of Hemi.
Yeah. The
Took
one
me
that's kind of, I mean, it's kind of sharing a space with Hemi now because it's
Yeah.
constricting him.
I'm going to get advantage on it because it is right next to my friend.
Yes.
I am going to use a bonus action. No, I'm not going to. Because I already have advantage. Okay, I'm going to roll this. And I'm going to be rolling with 1d6 for that, plus 3d6. 1, 2, 1d6. I need another d6.
Math. Here.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Here we go. 15 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Perfect.
Alexi just posted a really good fucking meme. Perfect. I missed his meme so much.
That would be 24 damage on the first snake.
I chihuahua. Save image. And snack.
Good.
Yep, you hit it.
And then I'm going to use Whales from the Grave.
Mhm.
Immediately after, I'm going to target a second creature within 30 feet and roll half my sneak damage. So the other one
Snake damage.
takes,
I was gonna say
oh,
that.
maximum damage. The other one takes 12 necrotic damage.
Holy crow. Nicely done.
That's a good round.
It is a good round.
And then I am going to dash. Are these woods movable?
What do you mean?
Like, can I run into the woods? Or
Yeah,
are they...
it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
All of that. So unless you're on the shore or the wooden like thingy,
Yeah.
then it's all difficult terrain.
Okay. Then you know what? Yeah, for my bonus action, I'll step back.
Cool. Rana, it's your turn.
I'm going to kill the one who's if I shift, is that going to incur an attack of opportunity? Is
Depends
that
where
a
you're
thing
shifting.
still? I want to shift towards Hemi to swing at that snake.
That's fine. You're still within striking range of the enemy that was, you're not leaving melee range, so you don't incur an attack of opportunity.
Sorry, it's Rana's turn?
Yeah.
I thought he already went.
No.
What's the initiative?
Hemi, Snick, Talia, Rana.
What about
Oceanus.
Oceanus?
Oceanus goes after Rana.
Oh, okay. I thought you already went, Rana.
No, I just prepared. I did all the buffs beforehand.
Okay.
Before initiative order. Let me think here. Am I going to go? Let's do Divine Smite on that thing.
Do it.
And I missed.
Cool. Was that
Having
your
fun.
action?
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw,
Oh. Yeah, I rolled a 1. Sucks.
bummer.
Boo. Okay.
Doing great.
I know that dice is it's upsetting me. So, but I only have 1, so I can't shame it. So what
sorry to
happens
hear
is
that.
you stay with the. I'm gonna love the one you're with kind of guy, and that dice is just what it is.
It's Oceanus's turn. He's gonna run up and try to protect Hemi. So he gets between Talia and the snake, right up beside Hemi, and he stabs it at it with his trident. Here we go. Yep, that'll do it. 14 to hit, and he's doing two-handed attack, stabbing style. That's 8 piercing damage. Not bad. That's all he's got. But the snake starts to writhe around in pain and spurting blood everywhere. With that, with a spray of water, a giant creature erupts from the murky pool. The biggest alligator you've ever seen. This huge creature moves surprisingly quickly towards you. Its reptilian brain dedicated to one thought and one thought alone.
French fries?
French fries! No, it wants food.
Oh. Well, French fries are food, but whatever.
Cool. So 1,000 Teeth, the large monstrosity.
I want to see this thing.
It's on the map.
Oh. Oh.
Why are you laughing?
I was expecting something more.
It's a big alligator.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want it to be bigger?
No, I don't know. I don't know. It's just funny.
What's that?
There
No.
we go.
I kind of anticipated that when they were like the beast with 1,000 teeth, that it would be like, something other than just an alligator.
That's it. It's
I
just
thought
a
they
big
were being,
alligator.
like, it's similar to an alligator, but it's just an alligator.
Here, I'll make him so he's facing you guys. That's scary, right?
It's fine.
Joe,
Yeah.
before Oceanus is officially done with his turn, can I tell him something?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, for sure.
Oceanus, step
all the
back.
time.
Okay.
At least 10 more feet away.
Okay, he does that, and then the snake tries to bite him as an attack of opportunity.
Fuck! I'm sorry, my friend.
Misses him with a natural 1.
Good. This is fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, so the alligator starts swimming towards you. He's pretty fast. He was like back here when I started before I was being stupid about all this crap. He gets that close to you. So he's real close. Yep, super close. Hemi, it's your turn.
Hey.
You are restrained.
I am
because
restrained.
Yeah, constricted.
Oh, fuck. Okay. I forgot about that part.
Oh shit! I did an extra attack. Fucking idiot. Anyways.
Yeah. So you're grappled.
Okay. So that changes what I was gonna do.
That's a cooler. Yeah, you're right, Harlan.
It's not your fault. I was just
Admittedly, I didn't want to pay for minis, so I just looked up alligator. And
it's
then
fine.
Okay, so here's a fun question. Since I am restrained, do I have like penalties on casting spells?
Nope.
Really? Fascinating.
Yeah, grappling is just basically like the snake can move you if he wants to, like drag you along with him somewhere.
Okay. And Rana is where Rana is on the map.
Yeah.
Rana's not being grappled or anything.
Rana's not being grappled. Rana just got bitten.
The cat bit.
Well, okay, I'm overthinking this. I'm gonna go ahead and Misty Step out of the snake.
Cool.
Over to... How fast did the alligator move? How much ground did it cover?
About 50 feet.
About 50 feet. Thank you. Only up to 30 feet away. Okay. So Hemi is going to where can Hemi go? That is nice and away and safe.
Nowhere
To run. Okay. Hemi will... Fuck. All right. Hemi's just gonna... I'm not gonna hold this up. Hemi will pop back by Oceanus, and then he is going to... Let's see. Okay, so Misty Step is a bonus action, so I still have my regular action. So I'm gonna go ahead and... Okay, I am going to... I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. You're a spellcaster.
I am a spellcaster.
You get to
Okay, fuck it. Let's fuck this guy up. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Hunger of Hadar, which is going to be a 20-foot radius sphere that I summon from the Nethers.
Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
Another?
5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I summon it right there.
Cool.
Yeah.
What happens next?
It is so it's completely dark, no light, even magical, is inside of the area. Any creature within it is blinded, and any creature that starts its turn is going to take 2d6 cold damage, and if they end their turn in the area, they need to make a dex saving throw, or they take another 2d6. And yes, it is difficult terrain.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Cool. That's crazy.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah.
The alligator does not like that. He is going to use an action at the end of your turn to try to move out of this area.
Okay.
But since he can't really see where it begins and ends, I think he's just going to continue forward with his reptile brain. So he's going to move 10 feet forward.
Can the alligator move through the trees?
Probably.
Okay.
So his head is outside, but his body is inside, which means I think for the purposes of the spell, he's still inside, but I would argue that he can probably see you guys now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cool. So it's the snake's turns. This snake, what happens to the guy inside of the Hadar thing? He gets to take damage automatically?
Yeah, if you start your turn within it, you take 2d6 automatically.
That's what's up. I'm going to roll it.
Nice.
Unless you want to, James.
Ooh, I do.
Spell.
I do. 8 damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, he takes all that. And then he's going to try to move out. It's difficult terrain, so he does it pretty good. But then he fucking sees this crocodile, and he's just going to keep on going. So he gets to like beside Oceanus.
They're not friends?
No, they're not friends. Ditto, this other snake just pieces out right off the map.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Talia, it's your turn.
Is Rana within 5 feet? No. I don't know what space this guy takes up. Is it just how do I draw a shape? Is it just like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes up 3 by 4 or 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
ish.
So, well, I just want to know in terms of like, because obviously I get advantage if someone is within 5 feet, you know?
Mhm.
So, can we
Yeah,
maybe...
I did kind of a stupid thing, and I like turned his mini to make him approach you guys more head on, but I will reorient him properly.
Yeah, maybe if you can throw a box around him as well, just so I know who's... You know what I mean?
Yes.
Does he have reach?
You don't know that.
What? Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I have sneak attack right now.
You do not. The creature is 10 feet from Rana.
Okay. Come on. Wait, it's red. Rana, get up and interact with the creature so I can have advantage. I'm going to use my bonus action to steady aim and give myself advantage anyway. Because I'm just that badass. Here we go. And both snakes no longer look like they're willing to fight or interested.
Yeah,
in
they're
fighting.
like running away.
Cool.
You know how snakes run.
Oh, I know how snakes run. That's going to be a dirty 20.
You do it.
And that's going to be 1, 2, 3. It'll be 13 damage.
Nicely done.
And that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Next up, we have Rana. Rana, what do you do?
I'm sorry. I just want a clarification. I think Harlan has answered this, but there might have been a miscommunication. I have an extra attack. Does it only follow an attack, or can I cast and then do my extra attack?
No. So when you cast a spell, that's an action. Your attacking is also considered an action. But when you take the attack action, you can attack twice.
So I only can get it. So a cast is not an attack action.
Exactly.
Even if you're attacking with a casting.
Correct.
Okay.
Casting a spell is an action.
And it's only an extra attack if the first one was a melee attack.
Exactly.
That's
cool.
right.
So it's basically it wants you to swing twice.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
But you can, as a bonus action, cast a cantrip. I think was the... Is that... Wait.
You can, as a bonus action, cast a regular spell if your actual action was a cantrip. You can cast a spell that has a casting time of a bonus action.
That's right. And
if
then you
your
can do a
action
cantrip.
was only a cantrip. You can't cast a leveled spell and then a bonus action as a leveled spell.
So if you want to do 2 spells, one has to be your action, one has to be your bonus action, with the action being your cantrip.
That's right.
And if you want to do 2 melee attacks, you have to have extra attack.
Correct.
Okay.
So you can cast... Yeah, it's confusing, but... What do you want to do?
Okay. I'm going to do my Moonbeam because I want to try it. So I'm going to cast Moonbeam over top of the creature. Did you hear that?
I did. What?
Okay.
So what happens?
So a pale light forms of a 40-foot high cylinder concentrated on the point, which I'm going to choose as the middle of the creature, lasting up to 1 minute. And the light fills this cylinder. It will take, on a failed save of Constitution, it'll take 2d10 radiant damage and half as much on a successful one.
All right.
I don't think shapeshifter rules apply here. So,
Moonlight.
God, I hope
Moonlight.
not.
okay, so it's on its turn, though, I think. So it continually takes damage on its turn. So it has to make this saving throw.
On its
when
turn.
It starts its turn. Yeah, so if it starts its turn in the Moonbeam, we'll say in the middle of that spot right now. If we could get a token or something, that'd be great. But
how big is it?
It's a 40-foot high cylinder, 5-foot radius, 1 square.
Where do you want it?
Dead center of his body.
Like here?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. There's a Moonbeam.
Okay, and I'm going to use my remaining move action to get the flock out of there. So I will move. Let's see here. I'm going to try to entice it my way a little bit, I guess. But I'm going to move just away from the others. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can only move once or twice. Yeah, so I counted twice for each. Right?
Great.
So I can only move once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll be ending my turn.
Excellent.
Somewhere in all of that, my bubble disappeared.
Your bubble?
Your social distancing?
No. The Hadar bubble.
Yes.
Hunger of Hadar. It was 20 feet on him somewhere.
I was like, "What's this? We don't need this." Someone put
Yeah.
this.
Is that fine? Like kind of there. His head was sticking out.
That's perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Cool. Thank you.
So many rectangles on the board. Excellent.
What are we? A bunch of squares?
Oceanus puts away his trident and goes for his crossbow. He fires off a quick bolt at this creature.
Is the snake still there?
The snake is there.
Does it give disadvantage?
No.
I thought it ranged has disadvantage.
I rolled with disadvantage and he failed.
Okay.
Next up, the crocodile. All right.
Bring it on, Croc.
It's the beginning of his turn. He takes damage from the Hadar, correct?
Correct.
Give me that damage.
7.
Cool.
He's got to be dead.
Then he takes damage from that moonlight.
Yes, but unless he 2d10, unless he makes a Constitution save.
All right, Con. Here we go. That is 16
Is that against my casting?
against your spell save DC.
Then yes. So 1d10.
It saves.
Yep, 8 points of damage.
All right.
Is it 1d10 or half damage?
It takes 2d10 radiant damage and fails it and half as much damage on a success. That's a good question, but does it matter?
You would roll 2d10.
Yeah, you still roll and take half. Which
because it's better odds for. Okay, so I'll do. That would be
plus
that would be 13 divided by 2, so 7 or 6 points of damage. 6 points of damage.
It's worse. Damn it.
It would be worse because your odds of getting a 10 is less.
You worry about odds later. We've had enough odds conversations in both of our lifetimes.
You're both so odd.
So odd.
Excellent. The creature then moves. He's going to move forward. Difficult terrain though, right? So he's going to go
Correct.
1, 2, 3. That's all he's got.
Ha! Stupid tail still stuck in the moonbeam.
Oops.
Loser.
Can he do anything else cool?
You can die.
You should give him fire breathing. That'd be neat.
Do it.
Oh. Well, he does have a reach of 10 feet. So he's going to hit Oceanus with his tail, or he's going to try to.
Our sweet boy. I knew he had a reach.
Yeah, he's going to attack with his tail and whip it out.
Whoa.
15 to hit does hit Oceanus. For 12 bludgeoning damage.
Oofy boofy.
Yeah, that's not great.
He must be almost dead. This crocodile, after taking 12 damage from hitting Oceanus.
Hemi, it's your turn.
The crocodile ends in the Hadar cacophony, so I need a dex saving throw from him, please.
All right, here we go. 12.
He fails.
He does.
He does.
What happens now?
Now he is going to take 11 points of acid damage as some tentacles that he definitely cannot see slither all over his crocodile body.
Nice.
Gross.
Crocodile.
All right.
And then from a turn, Hemi is going to Eldritch Blast him backwards back into his little bubble thing.
Nice.
Nice work.
That is going to be a 14 to hit.
It hits.
Guys, I'm doing so good. Hemi hasn't gotten hit this session. He hasn't gone down. Everything's coming up, Hemi.
And I should say, just because the map ends doesn't mean that the map ends. So you guys are free to move beyond the bounds of this.
But the snakes aren't there, right?
The snakes, I just deleted off the map.
Just checking.
They have slithered into the undergrowth and they're struck from the turn tracker.
Cool.
And we are level 5 now. So I actually get 2 shots off with my Eldritch Blast.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. What?
We
It
should
doesn't
put
say-
condos and kill it by destroying its habitat. Play the long game.
It doesn't say here. It says I fire 2 beams. Do I need a roll for each beam?
You fire 2 beams?
Wait.
Your Eldritch Blast?
Okay, so I think I roll twice.
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so first beam, it hit and it does 8 points of damage.
Great.
The second beam, I rolled higher, so a 20 should also hit. And that is going to be 4 points of damage.
Nice.
Excellent.
And I blast it 10 feet backwards.
Cool. This is the end of your turn, I presume?
Correct.
He's going to move forward.
Did he just move?
Yep.
It's going to take...
Legendary actions.
Oh.
All right.
Legend of the
Talia, it's your turn.
What is the legendary action? It just can move after its turn?
It gets to do stuff at the end of your turns.
Cool.
That's really sick.
All right. Talia is going to do what she's been doing the entire time. She's going to steady her aim and she's going to attack. With a 21.
Nice.
Great. Yeah, you hit.
17 damage.
Nice.
And that's it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, the crocodile moves another 10 feet forward.
Bring it on, chicken butt.
Nose to nose with Oceanus now. It is Rana's turn.
As my action, I'm going to move this square from the moonbeam onto the creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I only get a move and an action, right? I can't take 2 moves and an action.
That's right.
Okay, then I will go full dodge as my action.
Cool. At the end of your turn.
Joe, I also moved the square. Could you move the square onto the creature?
Yeah. Like right here.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Unfortunately, I crippled myself with my alligator because I made him bigger than he actually is, which means he's got like a bigger space to be affected by all of your spells and shit. He's actually supposed to only be large, which would mean he's that big.
Yeah.
Which makes him less cool. But also far less impacted by like Arms of Hadar or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just showing you guys.
Oh.
He should be square though, regardless. So I'm gonna squarify him and move him back.
it's a short, fat little.
Don't make fun of the alligator. Yeah, that's about right, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's still much bigger than he should be, but that's okay. Cool.
Shape-shifting alligator from hell.
Mitch called
God has forsaken us.
Dot in the chat. Love it. Love it. Okay, so your turn's over. Then the crocodile moves again. like down here.
Damn it.
Yep. Sorry, Chris. Finally, last but not least, it's Oceanus's turn. Oceanus tries to stab this creature with his trident, and he hits, and he deals minimum damage. You're welcome.
Nice try.
That's 2 piercing damage.
The name had to be fearsome. Nothing else about him is. The beast with 1,000 teeth. You mean an alligator? Yeah, that. Like, wouldn't she fucking know what an alligator is? Why wouldn't she just be like, it's a big alligator? We're like, whoa, shit, it's a big alligator? And she's like, kinda. Oh, well, beast with 1,000 teeth. Well,
He's like
3
70
dudes. Were they children? Yeah, and they were drunk. We don't got much going on.
There were pollywalks too. It was,
Yeah, they're working for the Bollywood.
Don't make fun of the beast.
The beast? This is a beast?
The beast tries to kill Hemi.
Yeah, he
No.
does.
Try it, coward.
Shit, I'm gonna take some damage.
That's 25 to hit.
Yep. Still higher than my hit points. Yep, you definitely get it.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage. Make
That's
a
it.
DC. Well, I'm not going to tell you the DC. Make a strength saving throw.
I'm sorry, strength?
Strength, yes, sir.
You can do it.
I can't.
Remember, your damage is divided in 2.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration that I have because
Cool.
that
Do it.
scares me. So, and this is a saving throw, not an ability check, right?
Save, strength save.
Okay. So I rolled a 14 and a 3.
You fail.
Yeah.
You're knocked prone.
Okay. That's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It's not the worst thing. Don't
And now
forget.
he shimmies on top of you and squishes you to
Don't
death.
forget, this alligator's not that scary. All right.
Hemi, make sure you take 4 points of damage, not the whole amount.
Okay.
Hemi, it's your turn.
I will also do the same.
Hemi is on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes whatever that is -4. That's good. So Hemi will. I can stand up for half my movement, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm remembering things. I'll stand up for half my movement, and then blast him with a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Eldritchy blastiness to his face hole.
Mm-hmm.
That is 14 to hit. That hits, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So the first one deals 7 points of damage. Do I push him back 10 feet for each blast?
Probably, right?
That would make sense. It's dawning on me. And then the second one was a natural 1, so definitely miss on that.
Cool. You push him
No,
right.
push him right into the yellow.
It pushes directly away from me.
Oh, okay. Feels so useless.
Awesome.
You're not.
Thank
Next
you.
up, Talia.
I do the thing I do.
Oh,
17 to hit.
Did you want to do something else first?
yeah, Hemi is scared, so he's going to use the other half of his movement to move away.
Yeah, totally. 17 does hit.
17 to hit.
Yep.
13 damage.
Cool.
That's what Talia does.
At the end of your turn, the monster's gonna scoot forward 10 feet because that's what the monster does.
Chicken. She shouts at him. You're such a big chicken. More like beast with 67 teeth.
Rana, it's your turn.
I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to move the portal up to the moonbeam right on top of the creature.
Yep.
Here's a question. Does the trees provide any refuge?
Nah.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to try to put myself between Hemi and the creature and go full dodge.
Actually occupy that space.
All right, fair enough. So I only have to be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to talk to the creature because I can speak to animals.
Ooh.
It's not
I'm
an
going to say it's not an animal. What is it?
monstrosity.
Ooh.
And
That's cool.
It's an
as
alligator.
your turn,
Yeah, full dodge.
it's gonna bite you.
Deal.
24 to hit.
Did you take disadvantage?
I think I didn't. For some reason, I always imagine when you dodge, you add 2 to your AC. Is that wrong? It's just
It is
advantage,
wrong.
disadvantage.
I don't know.
Where am I getting that from?
That might actually be a Pathfinder thing.
Probably. 11. So no. All right.
So I'm jumping around, moving moonbeams.
Oceanus's turn. Oceanus is going to stab at the creature with his trident. And he misses. And then he's going to try to sneak away, probably foolhardily. And the creature is going to take an attack of opportunity. And that's an 18 to hit Oceanus. And he easily hits him. The creature is going to probably maul to death this not quite beloved character.
I like him.
Yep.
Give him an orange.
Yep. Oceanus goes down. With 0 hit points. He falls unconscious.
He mauled him from 10 feet away.
Yeah, he didn't get that far away. He
Oh.
tried to get away and then he didn't get to get away.
So we moved him back?
What?
Did you just move him back?
You were like, he mauled him from 10 feet away, so I moved him back.
I'm confused. I thought he moved away.
He tried to.
Oh, he didn't disengage.
Correct. It's the crocodile's turn. He's going to try to bite Rana again. And I have to take the disadvantage, and I miss.
Okay.
It's your turn.
Whose
Zia
turn?
has 1,000 teeth. It's your turn.
Oh, cool. Fuck. Okay. I do what I do. I shoot an eldritch blast at him.
Yeah. Do the Eldritch Blast. Oh wait,
13.
Moonbeam.
But
I forgot about
yeah,
the
was its
moonbeam,
turn?
right?
I think it attacked you as its legendary action.
No, it didn't.
That's why I was
What?
confused. I was like, oh.
It was the crocodile's turn.
No, but I'm talking about before because it attacked him just before it attacked Oceanus. I'm saying that was its legendary action.
It attacked Oceanus as a attack of opportunity.
No, when it attacked Rana.
That was
previous.
its legendary action.
That's what I was just telling Chris.
And then the time that it just attacked him now was its turn.
I know. I was
Okay.
I was explaining that to Chris. That's all I was saying.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Concentration check, Joe?
Concentration check. I'll make a constitution check.
That's probably more accurate.
That's a 5.
Fail! Woo, I'm doing
I'm
damage.
going to choose to succeed this one.
14 points of damage.
What
Radiant
happens
damage.
when he succeeds?
It's probably
He
got a
succeeds or
legendary-
fail? He gets half.
Yeah, so he's going to choose to succeed this one.
Oh, that's cool. 7 points of
Yeah,
damage.
there's a legendary action that can choose her to succeed, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. So 7 total?
It's a bit confusing when you do it so quickly. I think you gotta let us know what's because I almost missed that as well.
I think I lagged. I actually didn't
And
hear.
then the alligator was like, not this time. And then he just shook off the moonlight and it just went away. What happens on your... wait. Crocodile just went... Great. Hemi.
Yeah.
Hemi.
Hey,
It's your turn.
me. Okay. 15, 20. Okay. Hemi's going to move. I know it's not mapped out, but Hemi wants to move kind of back and get in a position where he can blast the crocodile back into the Hadar mess back there.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any kind of difficult terrain in like this-ish area? Yeah.
All
Okay.
of that is difficult terrain.
Okay. So that's not gonna work then. Okay. Hemi will stay right where he is, and he will blast 13 to hit.
It does.
Nice.
That's 5 points of damage.
Excellent.
Second blast is a 19 to hit
Mm-hmm.
for 1 point of damage, but that pushes the alligator back 20 feet.
Cool. And he crawls inexorably forward 10 feet. So I'm just going to move him back 10.
Okay. That's what I got. That's what I got.
All right. Talia, it's your turn.
Talia will take aim at the creature and shoot it. Did it move back up 10 feet, or that's where it is right now?
That's where it is right now.
Okay. And I will use my steady aim bonus action. Oops. That might be the first time I don't hit. 13?
13 hits.
Nice. $19 damage.
And with a terrible roar, the creature slumps down into the undergrowth and perishes.
Huzzah! Talia says and fires an arrow up in the air. Boom. That was a bloody legendary beast, Talia says and approaches.
Henny runs over to Oceanus.
Yeah, I just walk. I literally step over Oceanus' like falling. So I'm like, that was a good fight.
You run over. Oceanus is unconscious and dying.
I want to do that check that makes him okay.
Cool. You can do a medicine check.
Thank you. That's the word. I don't think I do it very well. I got a 7.
Okay. Yeah, you don't successfully stabilize the creature.
Cool. I run over and I start slapping him in the face to wake him up.
Oh yeah, that works great. He's fine now.
Rana, you get him up. Help him, please.
I can't do anything for him if he's unconscious. So I'll try to bring him back to stable because I can't heal him while he's unconscious, right? Let's heal him then. I lay my hands upon him.
Can't do anything for him.
If he's strong enough, he'll wake himself
We'll figure it out. This is a good test, guys. Let's see if he can stay on the crew.
I just punch the body.
All right, so I'm going to do my lay my hands upon him. And I will do 25 hit points.
Oh, there he is.
5.
He's alive.
5 times my paladin level.
5 times your paladin level.
He's
Nice.
not back up to full though. But that's okay.
It's never enough with this guy.
He wakes up, dusts himself off. He's like, I'm fine.
No matter what we
Yes.
do. Always just cool. Yeah, Talia puts a hand on his shoulders. You did wonderful, Oceanus, all of you. And I walk over to the legendary creature. Does it have any cool like legendary loot?
I don't think so. Pretty sure he's just a big alligator.
Really?
Hemi is going to give Oceanus a big hug and be like, I'm so glad you're safe. I was so scared. I'm normally the one who passes out mid-combat. And I can't say it's refreshing to see somebody else do it.
He's
Is this how you all feel every time I go down?
And Talia's
feel
like
weird.
cutting open the stomach of the gator, and she's like, "Yeah, we do."
like, even if I'm not the best at everything, at least I'll help soak some damage.
You're great at being our friend, whatever your name is. And Talia rifles through the contents to find a human skull. Hopefully, it's like opening a goodie bag. It's like,
You find a reptilian skull.
She puts it in the bag. She like holds it up. It's like all covered in blood and guts. She's like, ah, and puts it in the bag. We can't take the head because the queen wants the head.
Yeah, you have to bring the queen
But
back.
we have to literally take the head back, don't we?
Gator head.
Yeah, I'll. Yeah, I don't know how we'll do that.
Put it in the bag of holding. We'll carry it back.
So as the 4 of you struggle to decapitate this terrifying creature, evening begins to fall on the marsh, and you are all beset by hungry mosquitoes.
Great job, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this was These Unfathomable Depths, episode 15. Wait. We killed a legendary gator. Well, we killed a gator. He was legendary by name only.
He's legendary in the tales that you now tell to your children. And
Yeah, we'll make him feel more.
It was enormous.
he was this big, and then he got to be this big, and then he got to be this big, and then he became
Then he
this
came
big
real
again.
fat and squished for some reason. Great job, Joe. Great job, guys. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. This is a blast. As always, these Unfathomable Depths is our ongoing Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign. If you're watching this on YouTube, please make sure to like the video right now. And go back and like all the other videos that you forgot to do, you mook. Is that offensive? Is mook offensive? I don't know what it means.
I think it depends who you are.
I don't think it is.
uses it.
So we'll use it. But if that is offensive, I apologize. But yeah, go like the video. And make sure you come back next week when we tackle the end of the world. And then the week after that, when we come right back to drag this giant alligator head back to this queen who I kind of dig. She seemed real nice. I was into her. So we'll see what happens. You know, I like that the ladies were talking. And if you boys spoke up, I think Tally would have been like, tut, tut, the ladies are talking, boys. And she would have been like, my queen. So come on back for that. And come on back next week for End of the World. As always, James, Chris, Joe, and myself, thank you so much for hanging out. And as Chris always likes to say,
We'll see you around the table.
see you around the table, guys. Good night.